Hello, everybody. Hello,
Hello,
replay watchers.
lovelies. How
Let
is
us know if you
everyone?
can hear us. Let us know. Hello, everybody.
I see on my laptop we're still on an ad, so they might be getting that early ad thing.
Oh, my God, yeah. Man, I hate since they started doing this. It's
It's a
like,
pain, yeah. That's why we always talk to the replay people at this point. Hello, replay people. Don't forget to leave a comment.
yeah. What do you say?
Oh, there we go. We must be, you guys could see us? All right, awesome.
You can see us. Can you hear us? Is everything good?
All right, now we need a sound check. All right. Is our sounds, I'm going to talk for a second how my sound is. Now, do you talk? And you guys let us know if one's louder than the other.
Okay. How we doing, guys? We're doing it a little differently with our phones today, so let us know when you can hear us, if everything's good. Is there any reverb or anything? Everything's good?
We're getting great. Okay, perfect.
Okay, cool.
Sounds good. See us both. Hear us good. Awesome. Hallelujah. I'm not knocking on anything yet because you never know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, well, you know, both of us are such tech wizards.
We're bad. We're bad.
We're so
I always say
bad.
I'm still trying to figure out my 8-track player, man.
I know, right? Oh my gosh.
Sounds good. Okay, we're getting a lot of sounds goods. All right.
Yay. Okay, I'm
Cool.
glad to hear that. Yeah, I know there's Guzzy, baby. He's so handsome.
He really is a good boy, too.
I know. He's a
A lot of
handsome boy.
personality. A lot of hair and a lot of personality.
I'm gonna. Does it look like I'm looking at you guys, or does it look like I'm looking? Because I'm looking over here.
You're doing good, yeah. Because for me to look at D on my phone, I'm looking away. Thank you, Kendra. I'm looking away from the camera, but then next to the camera on the phone, I've got the laptop with the chat. So I'm going to try to pay attention more to looking at the chat, and that'll look like I'm looking at you guys.
You're so sweet, Kendra. Honestly,
Yeah,
God,
that was very
so
kind.
sweet.
Thank you.
Don't worry, Kirsten's writing them down. It'll go into next week's giveaways because, you know, on Thursday, chatting in the yarn room, we don't do giveaways because I just want to talk to y'all.
This is it. That's what it's about. Chilling and hanging out. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And holding Gus.
It says new comments. Oh my goodness, like it jumped major. Dawn Raid.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
I had my niece over visiting here all afternoon, and so I haven't been on YouTube at all today. As soon as I got up drinking coffee, she came over. We sat around and had coffee. I haven't seen her in 7 years. She was in from California, so it was really good to see her, and I didn't get to watch Dawn's thing, so.
Yeah, and I was over the Rusty and Craig's house today, so I didn't watch anything on YouTube either.
Yeah, I haven't been on YouTube all day. Thank you,
Zoila. Merry Christmas, Zoila. And to everybody, but Zoila didn't make it yesterday, so I wanted to say Merry Christmas. There's Dawn.
Yeah, Dawn, I'm sorry I wasn't there today. I had company, and I was just saying my niece from California I haven't seen in 7 years. It was so awesome to have her here. And you know me, I was giving her stitch markers and all.
Let me show you how to crochet so I can give you some yarn.
She's telling me her roommate's learning to crochet and did a really pretty shawl. And I was like, man, I wish I'd known that. I got a bag of yarn together or something for her, you know.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to talk, I was talking to Craig today, and I was trying to talk him into, I was like, you know, we were talking about just like side gigs and whatnot. And I'm like, dude, you know, do a YouTube channel. And I'm like, hey, if I teach you how to crochet, because he's so charismatic and good looking, charismatic, and genuinely a beautifully kind human.
Yes,
so he's got all those attributes. I was like, if I teach you how to crochet, girlfriend, you'll be ranking in the money. You'll have the guys and the girls all be, you know, pining over you, you know. So I might teach them how to crochet.
So I want to tell you guys something. So this niece that lives in California used to work for Twitch TV. And she's like a techie whiz, you know, and used to work for Twitch TV. Well, she quit working for Twitch and now works for Patreon, which is super cool. And I don't know if you guys know about Patreon, but if you have a YouTube channel, you can correlate it with your Patreon and all that kind of stuff. So I may be talking to her about doing a collab on that, and Mama G as well. And you know what I'm saying?
Because I've been wanting to do a Patreon. I think Patreon is, and like I was talking to Dee, I think Patreon, what I've seen is a much better way for the person that you're supporting to support them, because and I know other content creators that do the Patreon instead of, you know, the memberships and all of that, because it's I think the averages and the monies that you're doing is a little better than what, you know, some take. But it's also it's a possibly a better venue as far as supporting a content creator. Because I know I
don't know anything about it, so I'm going to get with her and talk about that. We were talking family stuff, so I never even got to that point. But I want to say hello to everybody. Hello, Beth. Hello, Lisa and Chris Kaleidoscope and Sherry R, Diane Sass and Oodles and Caboodles, and there's my Kirsten and Kathy Baker, and there's my Zoila. I'm going real quick because I should have done this in the beginning. Heidi B, hello. I said hello to Kathy Baker. Let's see. Rebecca McCauley, Marie Chavez. Hello, everybody. Hello, Anastasia. Let's see. Hi, my name. Talia. I just got to start calling you Talia instead of my name.
Talia.
And Kendra, my sweet Kendra. And let's see.
Yes, Talia.
Kimberly, hello. Allie Cat, hello. So glad to see everybody
here.
Veronica and Tina from Hook and Good Creations. Let's see who else we got here. Jessica Johnson, hello. Teresa's Touch, hello.
Pam Hunter, hello. Yeah, you got Teresa. Diane Major, hello. I told her we were coming on.
And Arrow Lover, we are mutual Aerosmith lovers.
Yes.
And Danny Joe, my girl. Rockin' Emma, Mary. Let's see who else. Shelly.
Marie Chavez.
I'm just going to say hello, Shelly. There. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody had an awesome Christmas. Diane, hello, hello. Missy, hello. Hello, Bonita, hello. Barb Jarvie, hello. Got my son give me a time, so I may not be doing much chatting and lurking. That's quite all right, Diane.
Thank you, Talia.
We love our lurkers. Lurkers are good. Sharon loves purple. Hello, hello from the Dawn Raid. Knitwit Angie, hello.
Scandalous. Hi, Sandra.
Yes, hello, everybody. The Crafty Goddess. Hello. Yeah, I didn't get to go to Dawn's today. I was kind of bummed out. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Mateo.
And Denise Lee, and Mark and Mandy, and Mary Hain. Everybody's hanging out. Let's see. Sammy Jazz. Hello, Sammy.
You know what? As you're going through the names, all I could think of is Miss Molly in the romper room with the magic mirror, where she says hello to all the kids, you know?
Yeah. She went off. We lost her for a minute.
Yeah, no, just made me go there.
Let's see. Oh, this mouse is giving me trouble. Here we go. Let's see if I've.
Zoilo didn't have internet for a couple of days. That must have been.
Oh my God, that's torturous for Zoilo. Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
Oh.
Did you see what Talia said? I truly enjoyed your live last night, Mama G and Rusty. Such a cool cat.
Yeah. He's a good boy.
Hi, Sandra. Let's see, Mateo.
Okay, Katie K, hello.
Denise. And Katie K, hello. Well, hello, everybody. This is just chilling in the yarn room. And like I said before, we don't do giveaways, but if you do super chats or gifting or all that, Kirsten writes them down and they go right into the book for the first thing for Saturday. So Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a live. Mama G goes on at 4 before me, Eastern Standard Time. Am I right about that?
Yes.
Angela, hello. Jeanette, even hello. Jeanette, how are you doing on the yarn?
Yeah,
How
she
you
was
doing
looking
for
for
the
some
yarn?
white yarn, but she got some for Christmas, so I don't know what other yarn she needs.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, it's been crazy town around here. Hi, Colleen. Yeah, I got all the blankets done. I had full intentions of doing a video to show all the blankets, and it didn't end up happening. I mean, it was down to the wire. I was painting as I painted. I was getting ready for the party. Mark was blow drying the painting for me so that I could wrap it while he got dressed. That's how my night went. So
Oh my
I didn't
God.
get a chance to do a video on all the blankets and all that, and I wanted to. So I apologize for that, guys, but
Yeah.
everybody loved their blankets. And thank you, Diana D, for helping out. And Ganny Joe, I did see your message. I just couldn't answer earlier about you got that one sent out in the mail. I appreciate it because I'm still going to give it to Joe. And I did paint him a painting of him and Bailey. So, so I did have something to give him. And then I'll get that blanket to him soon as I see him. I should be seeing him soon because I invited him over for dinner. Speaking of dinner, Sunday is my youngest daughter's 40th birthday. My youngest, you guys. Holy crap.
It doesn't seem
Anyway,
real. Like, how could that be?
I remember when I turned 40 like it was yesterday.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike. Di Smith, hello. Anyway, so my youngest daughter, so let me tell you guys a story. Okay, so this is, uncensored on Thursdays, kind of, sort of, as best we can. On my 60th birthday, oh, thank you. You like the paintings? I did several more, but I just didn't get a chance to take pictures of them and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, on my 60th birthday, my kids threw me a big party at the Swan boat club and all that. I don't want to talk about that place, but anyway, they threw me a big party and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't tell you is that morning I woke up and Mark goes, "Look outside in the front yard." And I go, "What?" And I look outside. My youngest daughter made out of cardboard 60 pair of saggy boobs, you guys, and had them on stakes all over my front yard.
Hysterical.
60 pairs of saggy boobs. Okay, so, which I was thinking, all I could think about was the neighbors. And like, what were my neighbors thinking? And then I'm like, well, I always got breast cancer awareness ribbons around my trees and stuff. So maybe they just think it's a part of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
No.
So then,
they all knew what it was.
Yeah. So then my ex-husband, her father, he's a year younger than me. So he turned 60, somewhere later on in that year. I think his birthday's in July, I believe, June. Anyways, he called her. He's like, if you put saggy balls in my front yard, we're done. I'm going to get you. Okay. So that's the story. Well, we have a whole little group going right now where we are making 40 pairs of saggy boobs and we're putting them in my daughter's front yard.
Payback. Oh, yeah.
We got all kinds of things planned.
Get some balloons. Yeah, get some water balloons.
I know. I was thinking about this is what I was telling Diana D. Like at the Dollar Tree, they have these spikes that you can put a balloon on and spike it in the ground.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about getting pink balloons, doing 2 on each of the spikes, put nipples on, put them in the ground with 2.
The ball that you the tie, you could put it and have it hanging in a manner where that looks like a nipple.
Yes,
yeah, payback. We know about the payback, exactly.
I told her, my daughter, Judy, suffers from a lot of the same things that Mama G does. And I told her, I said, on Sunday, we're all going to go out to dinner. The family's planning a dinner or whatever. And we're all going to go out to dinner. And she goes to this restaurant called Chili's all the time. I don't know if you guys have them where you are, but it's Chili's.
It's a chain store. Yeah, Mexican food.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I think pretty much everybody has them. But anyways, we're going to go to Chili's. And she goes, "Mom, I don't want to go to dinner." And I go, "We're all going to dinner." She goes, I'm not going to eat. And I go, "I don't care. You're going to dinner. You're going to sit there and drink water. I don't care what you do. You're going. It's your 40th birthday." So,
yeah, I get where she's coming from because it's like,
Yeah, it makes her sick. You know, she gets sick a lot from ever since she had her gallbladder out, she's been like
That's
this.
crazy. I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some kind of link there. I'm not sure what. She's been to doctors and she's stubborn and I don't know. And so there's always a battle. But every time I see her, she's eating. But she can only eat certain things.
Yeah.
Everything else makes her sick.
Yeah.
So
she should, I mean, I know we're on live here and we usually talk about this stuff on the phone, but she should look into Afrid. It's, I'll tell you about it. It's a food aversion, fairly recent within the last decade, food aversion disorder that might also be part of it.
yeah.
So that's something she might want to just.
Man, ever since she had that gallbladder out.
RARFID, yeah. But even though there's a gallbladder, it could have the experience of the gallbladder could have created something, triggered something for her.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So, but it's not. It's worth looking into that. It's ARFID, ARFID, and I don't know what it stands for and whatnot. But something to look into.
Down so I can talk to her about it. Yeah. Hello, Sally. Michael says, ever since I got my gallbladder, I only eat certain foods due to the XX bile, as well as I cannot eat breakfast. Yeah, I never been a breakfast eater. Even as a kid, I didn't eat breakfast.
That was my favorite meal of the day, and I don't eat. Hi, Bridget. Yeah.
Hello, Bridget. Hello, Cynthia Bailey. Hello, Cal's Crochet Corner. Hello, everybody coming in. Man, my voice. I'm telling you, I talked a lot today because I haven't seen her in 7 years. So we were just like chit-chatting it up. And I said, oh, shoot, I got to do my live tonight. And my voice is already getting weak. So, hello, everybody. Hi, Diane Sass. She said she had to step away, but she's back. CC Angel, hello. Excuse me. So yeah, I've been chit-chatting and talking a lot today, so my voice is a little weak. I do, before we go any further, I do want to tell you guys about the dib sale. Dib sale is January 2nd. Mama G's been dyeing yarn. Me and Mark start tomorrow. I'll have some dye videos up and stuff for you guys to see.
I got a video going up tomorrow also. It shows them. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're going to be doing some more dip dyeing, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to dye more. I probably will dye more yarn tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
I didn't dye a lot, so I would like to dye some more. Yeah.
Okay, another thing is I have not sent the mail out, everybody, and I'm not going to until this whole madness for the holidays. Mark went to, driving by the post office, and we had planned on making a label. He's like, I ain't even doing it. He's like, the line was all the way. He says, let's just wait. So if you're expecting mail from us, it's going to be a couple of days before we even do it. So
yeah.
I just wanted you guys to know about that. And also, too, I want to talk to you guys about this video, this worst yarn I've tried this year video. Holy moly. It's got like 8.4K views.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts? Who would have thought,
People want to know. Hi, Stella's mom. Yeah, people want to know.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I did a video yesterday that's dropping tomorrow where I show the last skein of that particular yarn that we're speaking of. And I had sent them an email and just to let them know before you did your video, I had sent them an email and just said, hey, this batch, just to give them a heads up on it. And then they sent me an email back. They wanted to know like the ball band, all the stats and the lot number and all that. And I didn't keep it. I threw it out, as I don't have that information to give them.
Wow. A lot of people in that video, like, I only had a couple naysayers, or I'm never watching you again for putting down this small family-owned business. Small family-owned.
No.
It might have started out that way, but it ain't that way no more,
They got a lot of our money.
Well, I wasn't attacking the company. It was that particular yarn. I have lots of Lion Brand yarn. It was that particular yarn. It was horrible. And I don't know if it was the batch, what it was. I haven't had a moment to sit down and, get a hold of them about it, which I plan on doing. I'm going to return the yarn because I don't want it. I don't even want to give it away in giveaways. It's horrible. And I'm sorry, that's my personal opinion and I'm entitled to it.
There you go. Your personal opinion is that. Now, there again, I used it. I liked it when I first tried it. And I'm making a blanket, a huge blanket out of each cake. I made a square and it felt fine to my hands. Now, the last ones I got were blotchy, or that one was very blotchy. So, and I haven't used any other ones since then. So there's a possibility that the beginning, they were all right or better. And then maybe the second batch,
I have no idea.
That's a problem? I don't know.
Said, well, try a different color, right? So I did. I used the green. Same exact thing.
Yeah.
Blotchy, made my hands beat red. There was people, I think Denise E was one that said that she was itching the whole time she was using it. I mean, there was just something going on with that particular yarn. I have nothing against Lion Brand. I've been using the yarn for years.
Well, they would want to know this. As a company, they would want to know, that there's an issue.
Right. And at the time when I was working with it, I was like, oh my God, I got to let people know because I knew people were getting Christmas money and gift cards and all that. I thought, oh my God, they do not want to spend their money on this. You know what I mean? Seriously. There's much better options.
In your chat. Hi, Frank.
Hello. Thanks for coming in.
And I know Frank loves my cat.
Mandala Gradient. And it was, oh my gosh, it tore my hands up. It was thicker than it should have been. And then I tried, I thought maybe it was just the black, and a lot of people suggested that. So I made some squares out of the green. Same thing. I was using the, I'm not paid by Premier or sponsored or any of that. Yeah. I was using the Premier Gradient, getting 4 squares out of 1 cake. And I went to that Lion Brand and I'm getting 2 and maybe a third. It was like at $8.99 a cake. I'm going to stick with that Premier. It's soft.
Thank you, Cynthia.
10 months. Thank you, Cynthia. Oh, I tell his mom, thank you so much.
And now I have not yet. I mean, when I was using it each cake to make a square. So my intention and the thickness to me was fine because I wasn't comparing it to anything. So I would love to and have intentions on buying the Premier, like you had mentioned that you really like, and see if I like that better, So that's something I've not tried the Premier. So I also don't have something else to compare it to, so.
It's thinner though, G. It is thinner. That is some
like a
thick yarn. And I don't like thick yarn, but if it was soft, I could have worked with it because it was like between a 4 and a 5. If it was soft, I could have worked with it, but it was like sandpaper. I'm not joking.
Yeah, I follow you.
Yeah.
To me, it didn't bother me, but then my hands aren't sensitive. So, I didn't notice that. Though I will say the first ones that I did get might have been their very first batch. And I got a whole bunch of different colors. I made the squares. I was very happy. I was raving about it. You can see my videos. I was raving about it. And then when I needed more to be able to make what I ended up wanting to make, the next group of them, I think I did order from a different company, or a different online, but it's still coming from Lion Brand. But that's the one that was the one that was blotchy, the burgundy color that I had done. And perhaps the yarn was more scratchy. I can't say yes or no on that because I didn't notice, but I might not notice, But there's some people that are sensitive.
Scandalicious Sandra said it must have been a factory issue because she got the first batch too and it was nice.
There you go. See, Sandra, that's exactly what I'm saying. I was raving about it. I was like, this is really nice yarn. It was nice and thick. Like I prefer thick yarn. Well, not prefer, but I do like thick yarn and work with it often. And I was like, oh, this is really nice. It's going to make a great warm blanket, and all of that. And I was really happy. But then like Cynthia, she prefers a Premier. I've not tried the Premier Gradient yet, which is what I would like to do. So I
love that yarn.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to think what.
On normal, I don't like thick yarns, but it wasn't so thick that it would hurt my wrist. It's them big ones, like the six
Oh
super
yeah,
bulky.
those are tough. Those are even
Yeah,
tough for
those
me.
are tough. Hi, Regina. Those are tough, but it was like between a 4 and a 5, and I thought, okay, this is doable, whatever. Because it was scratchy like it was, because it was thick, it made it extra hard. It took me twice as long to make a square. I only got 2 out of it. I mean, I was just so
Yeah,
upset.
it's frustrating. Yeah,
I was in a time crunch. I needed to continue on to get this blanket done. I didn't have time to wait and go to the store and buy black gradient yarn. So I had to use it.
exactly.
And by the time I was done, my fingers were raw.
Yeah, you were telling me it's crazy. Hi,
Yeah,
Snail.
it was bad.
Happy Boxing Day, Snail.
Yep, happy
Hi,
Boxing
Regina.
Day.
Yeah, no, I mean, I, and you also were, like you said, you were on a time crunch. You had a specific, you were buying that only because you didn't have the colors available in the premiere. So you were already going into it with the preconceived notion of what your goal was and what you were working with. And this just didn't, for me, I just blindly bought this yarn and said, oh, I'll just make squares. So I didn't have any, I didn't care at that point. So we walked into it. So that's going to also affect your feelings about something as well, But yeah, we have no, she's saying this,
I've
nothing
used
against
Red
Lion
Super
Brand.
Saver for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? If
Exactly.
it was a little bit rough, no big deal.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not a yarn snob by no means,
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Not at all. So if it was a little bit rough, I'd have been like, oh, I'll wash this and it'll be fine. This one, I'm literally concerned. I gave my son and daughter-in-law the blanket. That's who it was for. And I washed it. It still felt rough.
All right, because
And
Sandra
so,
was asking. Yeah. You washed it first.
yes, I washed it. It softened up a wee bit, not much. I gave it to them and I said, listen, you're going to want to wash this again and maybe even on sanitize and see if you can get some of there's some kind of coating or something that is on my particular batch. It was horrid, guys. It was horrid. And I didn't want to see anybody to go out there and waste their money on it, because if this whole batch at this time and you're making Christmas gifts and you're on a time crunch like I was, don't do it. Just don't do it. Dee, did you wash it before gifting? Yes, I did. It softened up just a wee bit, not a lot. It did not soften up a lot. It was still rougher than old school Red Heart Super Saver when I gave it to him.
That I literally just did an unboxing and I got one more of the cakes. This is what we're talking about. I'll try to get into screen. It's the Lion Brand Mandala Gradient, which looks
it felt fine.
beautiful.
It just felt like, Red Heart, whatever.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And that's I just figured I literally just opened this and this is the last one I have. And I will say, I'm going to say this right now as we speak. What I'm doing right now is rubbing my fingers in between here. In the cake, it feels like doing this, it feels soft. But I will tell you this, and this is my honest right now opinion, allegedly. It does feel rough.
I want to say, from what I can see on camera, yours looks thinner than mine did as well.
Yeah, this is what
yeah, I'm gonna grab one of these black ones and show you.
And this, like I said, I literally I bought an extra yellow because I was doing 3 of each color, and I ended up making a baby blanket, which I don't have here, with the 2 yellow cakes that I had. I made a baby blanket where I went from the lighter color in. I did it corner to corner, and yeah, this is what I got. But I will say to you honestly that I could see where you're saying it's a little bit rough. If I put it right into the
could sand wood with this stuff. Anyways, this is the tail end of the black. It's a dark black on the outside, but look how thick mine is in comparison to what Mama G is showing you.
Let me get by the camera. Yeah, there is definitely a difference.
Look how thick this is in comparison.
Oh yeah, look at that. That is you could tell just on here what a big difference that is. Wow.
I mean, this stuff is just, oh God, I don't even want to.
Interesting. Yeah. So I guess it's going to be kind of a hit or miss. You
Yeah, and I
know?
don't
Oh,
know
thank you
any.
for answering that, Snail, because Zoila was asking what's Boxing Day? Uh-oh, where'd
Oh,
D
yeah.
go? Boxing Day is a holiday in Canada. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so just, well, that's what we're about, is if you guys have something and you have a certain experience, it's nice to share. It's just our experience. Yeah, this yellow is gorgeous. I mean, it's like a sunburst.
Oh, they're
I wish I
very
had
pretty.
the baby
They're
blanket. I don't know
very
what to do
pretty.
with
I
it.
like the way that the gradient went. And then as soon as you get to the dark color, splotches everywhere. That happened on the black and the green that I got. So it
Yeah.
wasn't just the black.
And the burgundy that I had gotten, the darker color wasn't so bad. I went from dark to light in the center, and I could grab it. It's in the other room, and it got very blotchy. In the lighter part of it, there was like blotches.
And
So
see, I had a lot of blotching in the dark colors.
yeah, so there.
So weird. I'm not paying $8.99 to juggle a ball and see if maybe I get the
Well,
good one. I'm not
that's it.
doing
It's hit or miss. Yeah, exactly,
not
exactly. You take
$8.99.
that
To me,
chance.
that's expensive. I don't know about you guys, but $8.99 for one cake that's only going to make me 2 1/3 squares
Yeah.
is expensive.
Yeah, I think
Because
I got mine on sale for 5 something. I don't remember. I think it was like 5 something, because you bought it because you needed it to finish a project. I just thought, oh, let me grab this because it's pretty. So you had to pay the prime part, where I think I said, oh, it's
I
on
got
sale,
free
let me get it.
shipping or something,
Yeah.
and maybe a coupon. I don't know, but it was $8.99, and I got 6 of 4 colors, so that's 24. 6 of 4 colors,
Yeah. I'm gonna
and
get
it was
the
over
burgundy.
$200. It was
Be
over
right
two
back. I'm
hundred
gonna get
dollars with free
the.
shipping. I both manufactured, made in the same place. They're both made in China, Nessa. Space. Oh wow! So the cakes, even though they were, oh okay, I see. Okay, let me see. I'm getting behind on things here. Sorry, but yeah, I don't know what the deal was. If I just ended up with a bad batch, but personally, $8.99, I'm just not willing to take that chance. Oh, stuff that doesn't spoil, yeah. Yeah, and the baby cakes, yeah. Oh, it's a national holiday. Okay, I see what you guys are talking about. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
All right,
But
well,
anyways,
apparently, it disintegrates if you don't look at it for a couple of days. I can't find. I have all the squares made, ready to put them together, and I just looked in the other room, and I'm looking around in here. So I lose things. I swear, there's somebody steals my stuff. I don't know. I can't find all the squares that I made out of that stuff. I was going to show you the difference between the first batch and the second batch as far as the blotching, and I don't know. They're all piled up somewhere. My house is a mess.
oh, Christmas. Oh my gosh, man. I did nothing but crochet, paint, run in the craft room, grab this, throw this in there. Do that. I mean, I've tore up my
Yeah.
house. Talia says, I agree. Yarn from China seems to be a bit scratchy. That's just me. No, it's not just you, because when I've been noticing ever since this, and yarns I'm using, most of the softer yarns that come from Turkey.
Yes.
I have noticed that most of the softer yarns come from Turkey. I'm getting ready. This coming week, I'm going to be doing the best yarns that I've tried in 2024, because I've tried a lot of different yarns this year, all the way from bougie all the way down to the super value kind of yarns. And I thought, seeing how the worst yarn everybody thanked me for and thought that that was helpful, I thought it would also be helpful to give you guys the best yarns that I personally, from my opinion only, personally, like the best cotton I've tried this year. I'll show you. Was this? It's from Knit PICS, and it's called Vivity.
Oh.
Worsted weight. It's 190 yards. It's from Knit Picks. Like I said, it's 100% mercerized cotton, yet it's soft. Mercerized
Okay.
is usually tough, and it is not. And I'm telling you, this was the best cotton yarn I worked with all year long. Now, mind
Nice.
you, it's $5 for this ball. $5, okay? But it's no peaches and cream. All right. Peaches and cream's like almost $5 now.
Everything's expensive, yeah.
Yeah. But this is from Knit Picks. And they have coupons, free shipping. You just gotta play the waiting game. But
Yeah.
this is one of the best cotton yarns, and cotton is my favorite fiber. And this is one of the best cotton yarns I've tried. And that says something, because I'm going to tell you right now, I've got every kind of cotton yarn known to man in this room. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big cotton fan. I don't have a lot.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, literally, like if I can't even show you. I have this big thing on the door with giant pockets. It's filled with all my hanks of cotton yarn. I have cube after cube, all different. All of this back here where the mushroom is, that is all king cole cotton, and I forget the name of it from Hobie. The little cotton skeins you get from Hobie, you remember?
Yes, that's nice yarn. That I have some of. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that whole cubby. There's 3 across and 4 down, 5 down. That's full of that kind of yarn. All the cotton cakes from Yarn Art, all that stuff are up there. I mean, I'm a cotton fanatic.
Yeah.
This is the best one that I have tried.
Really?
That was not like a bougie cotton, like, Pima or milk cotton where you're paying, $10-20 for less yardage.
Yeah.
This is $5 and it's 190 yards and it's from Knit Picks.
Wow.
That's just my opinion.
But what's nice is if it's a yarn that you like, it's worth that amount of money because you're going to be satisfied and you're going to enjoy working with it, so that's, I think it was Bod that used to say that, it's worth what you're willing to pay.
Look how saturated and rich the colors are. This is burgundy. It's a lot lighter, but these are they're just perfect. They're just the color saturation.
In dyeing cotton, I can say, and you've tried it as well, I think, it is very difficult to get a good, dark, rich color in a cotton because it dyes differently than in a,
Dawn Loving Hands Creation. She does an awesome job with the cotton. My gosh, hers are saturated and beautiful job she does with cotton.
It's an art.
So if you guys are looking for hand dyed cotton, Dawn Aaron is the one you go to for that because she is so good at that.
Yeah, I've got a box of dyes downstairs and some cotton to try because I would like to work more with it. I did it a few times, but oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. So there's got to be a trick to it, or something. Dawn's going to have to share her secret with me.
Right.
Yeah.
When it comes to dyeing cotton yarn, I've done it, but it was like with tie dye. Like you do tie dye shirts. It was that kind of dye that I used. I'm sure there's, other ways. I took a screenshot of what? Oh, of the Vivity. Yes. That is really good cotton. Not a bad price at all. It's Knit Picks. So, Knit Picks gets kind of the bougier yarn. And it's a very nice brand of yarn. I love it. So anyway, my point was that I don't know what she paid, but it's 180 yards. This one is 190 yards, and I paid $4.99. And it's like a 2, 3. Yeah. What does it say on here? It says it's a 4. It's not a 4. It's definitely like a 3.
Thank you, Zoe.
I can't say enough about this yarn.
That's awesome. And I think that'd be a great video because it'd be nice. It's nice to share your opinion, especially if it's like cotton. For me to share my opinion on a cotton yarn would be stupid because I'm not familiar enough with it. I don't use it there often. It was never, I'm maybe starting to get into it where you know your cotton, so it'd be nice to have a video with that, with saying why you like it and why it's your favorite.
Yeah,
And it's also positive instead of negative, you know. So yeah.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to, sometime next week, I'm going to get together the best yarns I tried. That's going to be one of them because in the cotton genre, that is what I think works up the nicest, most saturated color, that kind of thing of the yarns, you know. And some of the yarns I've tried this year, to be honest with you, are bougie. Like when I made my, Granny Square, duster, the center was baby llama. That was very expensive yarn. The
Amazing.
center of the squares. I mean, I went out to cheaper yarn, but I did the centers, the little round center, in the baby llama. Yes, very bougie, very very
Very
expensive,
bougie.
super soft. But honestly, I didn't like working with it.
Oh.
Yeah, super.
Oh,
There's
gee.
something about the fuzz on it. It would split a lot. Now here it's like, $50 a hank or something. It
Wow.
was ridiculous. Whatever it was, I of course got it on sale, but that's its normal price is $50 a hank. Baby llama. It's, oh my God, butter soft. Butter soft. But my crochet hook was getting all hung up in it, and I had troubles. I did not
Yeah.
like using it. That is
Did
a
you
very
try different?
expensive.
Did you try like a wood hook and a metal hook and an acrylic? Did you try? That's what. Yeah,
Yeah,
you maybe would try the different hooks to see, because some yarns,
yeah.
slide better on one hook and not another.
I crochet so much fast. I'm an Odyssey girl. I can't help it. I love my FURLS Odysseys, and
I
I
made
can
a
crochet
mistake
so
and I got a
fast with
frog
them.
back. Quilty's asking. I got upset because I started working on this. Uh, I guess Christmas Eve, and I haven't got a chance to crochet, but I stop and start, and apparently I made a mistake, and I thought it was just part of the row. And as I've gotten out of the bottom, I realized I got to go all the way back and then all the way back up. So it's like 2 rows of the bottom of the shawl. So it just frustrated me. So I did that.
Hey, Jaxie.
Hi, Sunshine.
She's skirt. I can't say
Skirting
it.
in the room. Skirt. That's how you say that word. Skirt.
Okay, let's see.
So,
Um,
Arrow Lover, they sell yarn in grocery stores. Where that's amazing.
I know, right?
I would love that grocery store. I'd go grocery shopping and yarn shopping. Yeah, maybe I'd do more grocery shopping if that were the case.
Oh yeah, Jaxie. Any news? I know you got that
Yeah,
grandbaby coming. What's going on?
few contractions.
The bougiest yarn I have is hand spun yarn by Katie and Crystal. Not sure I'll ever use it. I know I'm the same way, Naked Snail. It sits on the shelf. I just like looking at it. I promised Bridget. Bridget made me some beautiful hand spun yarn. And I made her a promise that I will use it. I've had this for like over a year,
I know.
and it sits over there and I just look at it because it's beautiful and it's bougie and I don't want to use it. But I made Bridget a promise I'm going to make something with it. As soon as all this Christmas chaos calms down, I plan on using it. I honestly have to take a step back. I have crocheted so many blankets since like the end of September, beginning of October, that I need a break from crochet. My hands are killing me.
Yeah, you
So
should take a break. Yeah.
beans coming.
Arrow Lover wasn't talking about yarn at the grocery store. She was talking about the gas station. She was talking about scratch offs. So
The hand spun yarn wants to grow up into something beautiful.
yeah,
I know, Bridget. I promise you. I have to take a break from crochet just because my hands. But when I get back to crocheting, I promise you I'm going to use your beautiful yarn.
it's gorgeous. Yeah.
I made a pact and I'm a woman of my word. Ah, prayers, Jaxie, let us know.
I know. Maybe a New Year's baby.
Oh
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Let's all put our things in for a New Year's baby. It's a couple, well, I don't know, maybe we'll want it sooner. I'm not sure when the official, they say due date, but that's a ballpark,
I got all my kids C-section, so the only one that wasn't a planned time was my first son.
Yeah. My doctor
Very
used to say,
nice
I don't even
little
like to give due
sweater.
dates. Yeah, no, I love that sweater. But yeah, my
Oh,
doctor
so
used to say
that's
they
my
didn't like
shirt.
giving them.
My Janis Joplin shirt that my son got me for Christmas.
Awesome.
Can you read it? New York, New York, December 19th, 1969, Madison Square Gardens.
Yeah. Wow. She was the best.
Only my eighth was C-section because of blood pressure was. Oh wow, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I had hi Yarn Barf, my girl. I had all my kids C-section. My first son, I was 15 years old. He weighed 10 pounds, 2 ounces, or 1 or 2 ounces. He was huge. I'm 5 foot tall. There was no way that was happening. So we did a C-section, and then it used to be, once you had a C-section, you always had to have a
Yeah.
C-section. And they just kept using the same scar over and over and over again. And they told me after my daughter, my second child, that I wasn't allowed to get pregnant anymore. Well, oops, that happened. So now what are you going to do? Right.
Yeah.
So I ended up with 4 kids, 4 C-sections. And I know that's unheard of nowadays, but yeah, that's what
Yeah.
happened. Ooh, Barb had all of her kids naturally with no pain meds.
Michelle. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
cool. Michelle's daughter is going to be induced on my birthday. Cool. What a cool kid that's going to be, man.
It's going to be a super cool hippy dippy
Yeah,
kid.
super cool kid. Very creative, understanding,
Oh,
loving.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Open-minded, lovely human being.
Yes. Oh, that'll be so cool, Michelle. I would love that. Wow.
I was an only child made up for lost time, but now I'm alone again with my cat. Hey,
Yeah.
it's comfortable. That's the way I look at it. Let's see.
Yeah, Barb said she had her kids all natural with no pain meds.
I know that's what I said. Oh my gosh. I never had a kid the normal way, so I don't know what that's like, but
Yeah.
I
It's
would.
painful.
Yeah, after my first son, I just basically, they would say, okay, you come in on, July 28th, and, I had my next kid, and okay, come in
Yeah.
on such and such, that's how it went. So they didn't wait for me to go into labor or nothing. I just set a time and went.
Yeah, labor was tough. With my first, I was in labor all night long. And then I was just so tired. I couldn't sleep that I finally got up and I woke up the man that, my first husband. And I was like, hey, just take your shower and get ready. And, I was on the phone with my mom the whole time. She was kept counting the in between time between the labor pains. And, the doctor was, pretty much ready to send me back home once I got to the hospital. As soon as they put me in the wheelchair and put me in the hospital, the labor pain stopped. I was like, oh, I'm fixed. I can go home now. But he was ready to send me back home, and luckily he didn't, because I dilated very quickly and had Tony. But then Amanda, or Rusty, weird that when I talk to her as my daughter, I refer to her as her actual birth name, but when I talk to her in relations to YouTube, I call her by her her choice name. But I do call her a few choice names also. But
Just on
besides,
occasion. On
yeah,
occasion.
a few other names, but with her, I expected the same thing. I thought, oh, I'll just be in labor forever, and then I'll go in and they'll get me going. And yeah, I was like, oh, let me just go. And I went and literally immediately had her. So if I had, I'm sorry, I got confused with Tony. I waited a while I was in the hospital and they were going to send me home. And then with Rusty, I figured, oh, I'm going to wait all this time, and then they're going to, just make me sit in the hospital. I said, well, I'm going to go just for the relaxation, because I was having leg spasms, so my leg was spasming. And luckily, that's when I woke her father up and said, look, let's, just take me in, let me relax there. They give me something to calm me down and whatnot. Good thing that I did go, because she was born like as soon as I dilated, almost immediately. It was with her that I dilated so quickly. Like, they were joking about the doctor wasn't even in the room. The doctor told me, "Hold it, dearie." And I was like, yeah, get a
Hold
catcher's mitt, dude. Cause
like you have some control over that. Just hold that for
this
10
child
minutes.
is coming. I have no choice.
Drink of water. Yeah.
What do I do? Cross my legs? That's going to do something? No, I don't think so.
Right.
But,
Yes. So I don't know. I think I'm going to do a best of in the yarn. I think that's going to be a video that I put out. It won't do near as well as the worst. Evidently, that was a clickbait title. I don't know. I couldn't believe them.
it was also a very good video. It was a very good video. I think you did a very good job in that video.
I appreciate that. But, I got a couple naysayers, but most people seem to appreciate my honesty.
Yeah.
I'm just a very blunt person. I always have been. And, if I don't like something, I'm going to tell you. And if I do like something, I'll tell you that too,
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, so I'm going to do a best of, and then me and Mark are going to be, dyeing some yarn. So is Mama G. She's got some videos coming out. And then, of course, as usual, we'll try to do a preview video before the dip sale, which is Thursday, January 2nd at 6 p.m.
Is that next week?
Yes.
Oh, it's this time next week.
Yes, this time next week. That's why I said tomorrow me and Mark are going to start dying. We got to get on the ball. It's just been crazy. What a crazy Christmas. And here, Christmas Day, actual Christmas Day, like Christmas Eve, I went with my family. Christmas Day, I don't mean to go to a bummer place, but I was depressed all day. I started taking down Christmas decorations. I didn't want to talk about Christmas. So Mark goes, D, he's always let's guide her this way because she's freaking out over here. And he was like, let's watch a movie. And so he talked me into it, which I don't sit down and watch movies. I never have. I can't, I lose interest very quickly and I go, oh, that's stupid. I don't know why. But anyways, I sat there and literally, watched 2, maybe 3 movies with them. We just sat and watched movies and snacked and, that's all we did tonight. And that seemed to calm me down because in the morning I got up bawling. It was just a horrible day for me. I knew it would be. And I probably, with that anticipation, forced that even on. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you knew it was going to happen, but allow it to happen, and it's normal, natural to feel that way. This was a very rough Christmas for you, and for many people. There's a few people that are in our community that this Christmas was especially. They lost some dear people.
It's so crazy how many people I've talked to that told me that 2024 was the worst year they've ever had. I'm not kidding you. I have talked to so many people. So all I can say is 2025 has got to be better. We're going to make it better. I'm decided 2025. I'm staying in a positive space. I am not going to allow my mind to wander there because the memories are the things that make me sad. That's what gets me. And I've decided I'm literally going to try to block out those memories for a while because I've got to get more positive. I have to get more positive. I come on here and I laugh and joke with everybody. And then when I'm done, I enjoy my time and it keeps my mind off things. But, Mark's working a lot. It's me and the dogs and the cats. You know what I'm saying? It's just me sitting here. And if I go,
with your thoughts.
The brain, them thoughts get me every
TC
time.
Angel also, this is her first Christmas without her husband. No, that's incredibly tough. And they always say, 4 seasons, to get through that first year is incredibly hard, And that's what the blessing here is.
Too. Prayers to you as well. That's got to be horrific.
Yeah.
It was definitely the worst year of my life. I don't think there's ever going to be anything that could compare to this. Don't think so.
Yeah. No, I think, and we somehow managed to get through it. It's not easy, like we were saying last night in our live, and it's okay to be depressed. I mean, not okay to be depressed, but don't, if you are feeling sad, you have a right to feel sad. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, there's no rule book that says you have to be happy all the time, and it's just where that notion comes from, or why we put that on ourselves. I mean, you have a right to miss people. Do you have people in your lives that were the important people in your lives,
Yeah.
and now they're no longer there, and that whether it be selfish, whatever words people say, it's still any loss is tough. A loss of a
Well,
job, a loss of a pet, a
well,
loss
it's
of
not just the
anything.
loss. I mean, look at how many times I was in the hospital this year. Look how many times me and Mark got
Yeah.
sick with COVID.
Oh,
I
this
had the
year was
thing
the
on my
worst for you. Yeah.
horrible, horrible. There was my mom, my granddaughter, my brother-in-law, Mark's daughter, the Swan Boat Club. I mean, it was one after another. This year was horrific. And I
Yeah.
honestly just want to forget this year ever happened. That's the
Yep.
way I'm programming myself now. Positive energy only, and we're gonna forget how horrible this year
Yeah.
was and think only happy thoughts because I can't stay in that dark place. I've
Yeah.
been in
No,
a dark place all
the,
year.
the Buddhist, not to throw this in there, but just briefly, is as many of you know, I kind of try to follow the Tibetan Buddhist philosophy. It's not a religion. I'm a Christian, but their philosophy, and one of the main things that they talk about is staying in the here and now and in the present moment. And that's why, because if you get stuck in the past or ruminate over the past, or stress over things you have no control over in the future, if you really look at it logically, that doesn't make any sense unless you're learning from the past mistakes and not to repeat them in the future.
Right,
But
right.
is really, that's part of it, is try to stay in the present as much as possible. And that's basically what you're saying. If you stay in the present, it's going to be positive unless you're presently in a horrible situation, obviously.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know,
right, right.
you
But yeah,
know,
that's going to be my focus. And I just want to say that, like Zoila said, the years do they seem like they're just flying by to you? Yes, they do. And I think the older you get, the
the
faster it
faster they
goes,
go.
man.
Yes,
It's like
that is
boom,
true.
boom, boom. And, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my life. I've decided I'm not going to sit around and dwell on the past and be bummed out and all that kind of stuff. I know that Bailey and my mom are up there. They don't want me doing that. And so that's what I'm going to do. Focus on the positive. Try to stay away from those memories and those thoughts that get me bad. And yeah, the years are flying by. And so because the years are flying by, we need to take advantage of
Yeah.
every stinking moment. Like, take
Yes.
advantage. Don't just sit in a corner somewhere. Get up and do something. Talk to people. Call people you haven't talked to in a long time. Make those old connections again. Don't just sit alone staring at the wall or staring at YouTube.
Or
And I
thinking
know that
about it.
sounds,
Yeah.
I
And
know that sounds.
also give yourself permission to do the things you want to do at any age. Okay. Your time, and we always say this on our channel, your time is yours to spend it the way you want. Try to not feel pressured by other people. I mean, do things that bring you joy.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
I'm agoraphobic. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I really have to force myself. I can only go to family functions because I feel safe.
I can't even do that. Yeah.
I'll get into the whole story of why I feel this way, but it's a long one. So, anyways, I can go to where my family is because I feel safe, but just going to Walmart,
Oh,
I can't bring myself to be around the strangers. And I know that, a lot of you can relate, I'm sure.
I think a lot
So,
more people can relate than not. Yeah.
yeah, I think so too. I think a lot of people in the crochet
Social
community.
anxiety is real. It's prevalent. And after the shutdown, I think a lot of people that prior to the shutdown maybe did not have those issues, but now
Oh,
with
I was a
that,
social
now are
butterfly.
understanding.
I was a social butterfly
Same.
until COVID hit. And then once COVID hit, man, it was years of just being alone, being at
Exactly.
home and all that kind of stuff. And it made me nervous to go out because, and I don't know if this sounds silly, but the germs are out there.
Oh yeah, that's silly.
I'm worried about catching the flu. They say flu takes out 60% of older people. I'm
Yeah.
worried, oh my gosh, there's just so many things. It almost made me like not paranoid because I'm not thinking about it in those lines, but I am thinking about it like it's too peoply
Very
out there.
cautious. Yeah, very
Yeah, I'm
cautious. Yeah.
cautious and it's too peoply out there,
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us that crochet are like that because that's when we started crochet, or not why we did or when, but while we continue to crochet is because, it gives us something to do while we're sitting there,
Keep their hands busy. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think that we need to start, pushing the positive, connecting with people so that you have somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Get hold of an old friend or an old cousin
Hi,
that you
Jenny.
used to hang out with, stuff like that. It feels comfortable at home and at my daughter's apartment. Exactly.
I
See, we
agree,
want
Linda.
those
Yeah.
places, and mine is home and with my family. If my family's somewhere, I'm okay. I don't know why, but I'm okay. Even if there's other people there that I don't know, as long as my family's there, I'm okay.
It's your
But for
support
me,
system, your safety people. Yeah.
yeah, for me just to walk into a Walmart where I don't know anybody,
Well, first of all,
I,
Walmart should just change their name to Anxiety Mart, because I
oh
think
my gosh,
anybody,
for real.
even if you
Yeah,
don't have anxiety, the lights and the brightness and back when they had the mannequins, forget about it. But yeah, Walmart is a poor example, because I think anybody gets anxiety going into Walmart. That
yeah,
and IKEA. IKEA is another one. I've never been to IKEA, but apparently their store is equally as frightening in the respect that it's a maze, or the one that's in Connecticut. It's a
yeah, I've been to
maze.
them.
So
I've
you
been to
have to
one. It's
walk through. You can't just like go up one aisle and then book out. It's like like you're going through like a maze to get through that
they do
store.
that intentionally, of course, to make you spend more
Yeah.
money.
And that's why I will
Talia
never
says,
go.
busy hands, quiet mind.
I was read that. I like that very much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And busy hands, that's an old tale,
Yeah.
an old saying, years and years, busy hands. And
And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to go out in public. I mean, that's your prerogative, but not to reach out to people or connect with friends or call an old cousin or, whatever.
yeah,
Those are your responsibility.
write them a letter if you don't want to. Like, I'm not a big phone person, but if I feel like I want to connect with somebody, write them. You could always write them a letter, especially as older people. That's how we used to communicate
How
back in the
cool.
day.
Honestly, I think that's the coolest thing in the world to get a handwritten letter in the mail. How cool
Exactly.
is that?
You read
And I
it at
think
your
I
own
did that
leisure.
in the
You can
mail,
respond. And when you're writing it, you could, critique it as you go. We're in a conversation, and you could just, whatever. So if there's someone that you haven't, that's a nice goal for, this coming year, even one letter to one person you haven't talked to in a while.
Yeah,
Preferably
something,
somebody you might
reach
have had a
out.
disagreement with and you're making amends,
Yeah. Oh my God, that is so true. That is so
Yeah.
true. When you get to be older, you realize how precious time is and
Yeah.
how all the things that you were ticked off at your relatives about or whatever are insignificant. Not
Doesn't matter.
always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
We have a person in my family that, and I'm done, but, not always, but in a lot of times you think, God, we were arguing over meatballs.
Or not even remember what you were arguing about. That's how
Yeah,
insignificant it
that
was,
is ridiculous. Reach out to that person, try to make
Yeah.
amends.
Send them a
I
card.
just, yeah, I
And
think
if they
this year,
And don't send a card expecting to get a response. Don't send a card in hopes that you're going to reconnect. Just send a card because for you, that's going to be therapeutic and whatnot. All right. So don't do these things with the like, oh, if I send a card, they're going to call, they're going to get back in my life. Just send the card and don't expect anything in return. And then if you do get something in return, that's wonderful. But if not, you're not disappointed.
You're not disappointed because you became the bigger person and
Yeah.
you put out the olive branch as well. So that makes you personally, you internally, you feel better, even if they don't respond.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I think, like Diana D says, when she's offline, she's sliding into a dark place and she'll go get in her bedroom and nobody hears from her.
I do the two.
I think a lot of us are like that. That to me is normal. I think a lot of us are like that, but let's make a pact, y'all, that this year we are going to reach out to people that we haven't spoke to. We're going to reconnect with those family members that we haven't talked to in years. Something, connect with somebody on YouTube on a personal level where you're chit-chatting and talking, so that we're not so alone and we're not just sitting there staring at YouTube. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a creator, right? We're content creators. We're not going to deter you from YouTube, and you guys are my friends, so I need YouTube, okay? But what I'm saying is that that's not your only communication because it is mine. And I have made I am going, other than my family, which, I don't talk to on a daily, but other than my family, YouTube's it. This is it for me.
Yeah.
And so
pretty much it for me. I have Tony.
I have Tony a little bit.
And Craig. Yeah. And here's a thought too is, next time you're at the $1.25 store, they have little packets of blank cards for like $1.25. And you can get like 6 of them, grab a couple of those and just have them handy. And if you could find addresses, I think you can Google people and will give you their addresses where they are. So you could actually look that up on the internet, but it doesn't have to be a big, long 20-page letter. You could just put something as simple as, hey, I just want to let you know I've been thinking about you and I'm hoping all is well in your life and I always wish you well and whatever, something soft, sweet.
I was thinking about you today. How you doing? That's simple.
Hoping that all is well. You don't have to put it where you're asking questions, where you're writing for a response, Hi, Angela. But,
Linda Marie says, and even going out to eat with my fiance, I have to go early because if it's crowded with people, looking at you eating bothers me.
Yeah, I get it.
It's a lot. Yep, I get it too. My
animals look at me. In fact, Dr. Duncan Porkenstein, the big dog that we had, used to sit because he was begging, and he would sit and watch me eat, and it was a huge trigger for me to even have the animals, and now Scruffy's starting to do it. And you can ask the man that lives here sometimes, because even when he's home on the weekends, I'm like, Scruffy, stop. And I'll literally put my feet in the view of the dog because I cannot. It puts me in immediate anxiety if somebody's looking at me while I'm eating or trying to eat. I can't. So I totally understand that. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Yep. I just think that considering this has been such a tough year for everybody, let's intentionally make next year better. Intentionally. There's nothing we can do about death and destruction and all. We have no control over that. Yeah. What we do have control over is ourselves. And even if that's just giving you closure, you may not make amends with someone, but it's giving you closure. You were the bigger person. Or connecting with that old relative that you haven't spoke to in years and used to be good friends. We all get busy in life and forget to call relatives and all that happens. But
then you get that awkward time period. Yeah, then you got that awkward time period of, I haven't talked to him in this long, so now you feel funny to call him now, and then it gets longer time period, and it snowballs. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And we get older and it's like we got out of the habit of calling that person. So we don't call him no more. I just think that we need to engage with one another, refresh, because last year, geez, oh, Pete, this year, this
Yeah,
year,
it's
not last
horrible.
year.
Horrible.
Horrible. And it wasn't just for me, it was for everybody.
So many.
Every single person I talked to. I would watch the chat. We'd be talking about something like this, and it was, sickness and death. And you know what I'm saying? We've all been through the ringer this year. And next year, we are going to make better, period. If that means blocking out the memories that make us sad and moving forward and having a more positive attitude, or hooking up with old friends, hooking up with old relatives, sending a letter like Mama G was talking, just something to bring positivity into your life. So you're not just sitting around with your animals like I did for many years.
Yeah, like I'm doing right now.
Right? I thank God every day for Mark, but there was many, many years before Mark that it was me and my dogs and my cat, so
Yeah, we're creatures of habit, and old bad habits die hard. Okay, they're hard to get rid of. They're easy to start, and it is, if I could use the term, a bad habit to fall into that, and also I wanted to say, I can guarantee that if you get one of those little cards and just put a little, hey, how you doing, in there, and mail it off to somebody, throw that little stamp on there and mail it off to somebody, whether they get it or not, whether they respond or not, I can guarantee you it's going to make you feel better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because in your mind, you had that connection and that happened. So it's going to make you feel better. And that's something that's, to go off on a little bit of a side tangent, that was one of the therapy things that I used to do all the time and tell people to do, especially younger kids, is if you're upset with somebody and you're having a hard time vocalizing, or you have a hard time talking to that person, or just going to make a worse trouble to talk to them about it, write them a letter. Then read that letter, then rip it up and throw it out. And that, if you're angry with somebody, that's a great little tip to do, that they don't even know you did it. And you have already gone through so many therapeutic stages, to better yourself. But just sending out that card, you're going to walk away from the post office or the mailbox just feeling like I think it was Zorla that said closure, a sense of closure and a sense of accomplishment. So do that for yourself, not for the other person. You do it for yourself.
Joanne Thompson says this is her first live.
Well, Joanne.
Welcome. This is just going in the yarn room chit chat. We talk a little about yarn, a little about life, a little bit about everything.
Yeah.
So
Joanne has been on mine a few times, so we're friends from way back on the other channel. It's good to see you, Joanne. And you'll love it here. Dee and I are like clones.
Yeah, for sure. But I just think that, let's go in to 2025 with that mindset. We're going to make it better. We're going to, even if we don't leave our houses, we're still going to be more social. There's my baby.
I know, someone was just asking about Gus, so I just thought I'd throw a little
so freaking cute.
on you.
I just love him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've seen Joanne. She was saying that she's been on my channel. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad you popped over here. Awesome.
This is the whole reason I started the friendship Afghan on my channel, D. I was thinking if I had an Afghan from online friends, I could wrap it around me when I'm sliding, and I know I have a friend. You always got a friend with me. That's all there's to it. But
that's perfect, though, because in her mind, all of us will be hugging you, and you'll feel those hugs.
Absolutely.
They're not just
virtual. When we crochet, now tell me if I ain't telling you the truth. When you crochet, you're putting your love into that.
Every stitch. Every stitch. Except for the ones I just frogged out. The ones I frogged out, there's no love there. Okay.
Cuss word. That's every cuss word. No, but you're putting love and your time and effort and creativity and all those things into that crochet. And when you send that to someone, like Annie Joe says, the Annie Joe hug, and all that kind of stuff, that is such an awesome gift to give someone, because I don't know about you guys, but I believe in energies, and I can feel the energy off that item. Like Paula Mint, there's love coming out of every stitch of that doll she sent me.
Absolutely.
I feel it every time I touch it. It's just things like that, It's just,
Yeah.
you feel good. You can feel the love that and time and effort that person
Right.
put into something. And that also goes the opposite direction. If you make something for someone, keep in mind that they are feeling your love. They're feeling the love that you put into that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Betty Boop doll is adorable. Yeah.
I know. Isn't it cute? Kirsten made that for me. You want me to show you guys
It's a
close
heady
up?
yarn barf. It's a heady yarn barf. Well, yeah, he's only one of my kitties.
I know I've showed her before,
Oh,
but
I love it.
isn't she adorable? I'm trying to get the camera.
I
Isn't
absolutely
she
love how
adorable?
big the eyes are. I just think that just is
That's just
spectacular.
sums
And
up
those
it for me. I
lips.
love the little curls in the hair, and she's got panties on,
Oh my
ruffly panties,
God.
and a garter belt. And her legs are made in a way where you can
She's
cross her
crossing.
legs, and she looks, all sexy and stuff.
I absolutely love that. It's so
I know,
amazing.
too.
Anastasia asked how Gus is. He was strolling down the highway in the town near us, and two kids, college people, found him. I'm going to say he's about a year. I think we've had him for almost a year. I'm really bad with chronological time, so I'm not sure, but I'm going to say he's probably about a year because he was a kitten when they brought him to us. This area knows if you find a cat, you could drop him here, and we'll take
Which
care
way
of
do I
him.
go? This way.
Yeah, I
And
know.
this
Mine's
is my
downstairs.
Paula
I
Mick
love it.
doll. Somebody was just asking what doll did Paula make for me. And she made a red-headed doll, and it has my granddaughter Honeybee on it, and flowers, and
I should
handmade
go.
with
I'm going to go
love
run and get mine
buttons.
too, just so they could show the
Okay.
difference.
And look, she has rainbow stockings on, which I love rainbow. You know that. And these cool shoes. I love this doll. I absolutely love her. If I can, how am I going? This way. There we go. Isn't she beautiful? I just love her. And you can just feel the love that comes off this from Paula. Paula Mint is the amigurumi queen. Just saying. And Paula also made me this. This is my ballerina doll. Me and Mama G actually both were ballerinas when we were kids and took many, many hours and years of ballet class. And Paula made me this ballerina doll as well. And there's Mama G's hippy dippy doll from Paula. And this is my ballerina doll from Paula.
I just love her. I have a lot of my amigurumis from you guys in with my plants because that's like my sanctuary. So she
Yeah,
hangs out there. She's
she's
gorgeous.
beautiful. Yeah, that doll from Paula couldn't have come at a better time. You know what I'm saying? Really, honestly.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. When we make something, we're putting our love into it. And that's another thing that you guys could do is, make something. I'm sure you're making things for everybody, but with the mindset of I'm putting my love into every stitch in this. I'm going to put my love and positive energy and all those things. I'm going to put that in every stitch of this item that I'm making for so and so. Even if you don't know them, even if you're doing it for charity reasons,
Yeah.
you're going to put love in every single stitch. More positive energy. 2025 is the year of positive energy. That's it.
Totally on board and totally agree because I'm all about the energy that we're all connected and we're not separated as far as that. And that's like when we were talking about even sending prayers or good vibes and all that. It's all the same. It's positive energy and it does. It goes to who needs it. Yeah. Yeah, the dolls
most
are
definitely.
amazing.
Like I said, she's the amigurumi queen. I wanna give a special shout out thank you to Kirsten Amstad as well. Kirsten help me with my young grandkids amigurumis because I was so busy making blankets. This woman, she made like 10 items in a week. I mean, it was phenomenal. She made me a Paw Patrol dude for my great grandson. She made a shark for my Mark's grandson. She made a replica of their dog that passed away for Jade. She doesn't know that yet, but she's be getting them here. They have the flu over there, so we haven't been able to see him for Christmas. So I'm telling you, unreal what Diana D, Ganny Joe, and Kirsten helped me with this year for Christmas. I started in the end of September, beginning of October, thinking, I'm a fast crocheter. I got this. You know, and I'd make a blanket, and then I'd do a different project. Then I'd make a blanket, and I'd do a different project. It got down to the wire. I'm like, I'm 5 blankets behind, and I got 2 weeks. What am I, And it was nuts. This was a very stressful, chaotic, trying to get stuff done kind of Christmas. And I just want to thank those ladies so very much for helping me to get all those presents out to my family. Phenomenal people. Yeah, Kirsten is the amigurumi machine. That's a fact.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
It's been a member for 6 months. Happy holidays to you. Thank you for being a member. You rock, OG. Yeah, I just want to thank all of the ladies that helped me get through it because, I don't know if you guys seen the picture on my community tab. That's only a part of my grandkids, okay? That was like grandkids and their spouses, my brothers. My brother was there. I only have one brother. My brother was there, my sons, their wives, that kind of thing. But that was just a small portion of my family. And when there was a lot of people there. And I'm the one that makes sure everybody gets a gift. I even made gifts for my daughter-in-law's mother and stepmother. Like I made gifts for every single person. Her brother, my daughter-in-law's brother, I made a gift for every single person at that party. And there was, I'm going to say 50 people.
That's nuts.
I know I'm crazy. That's the way I do things. I'm all in, you know how I am. I overdo everything. That's just me. But so it was very hectic, very stressful. I do it to myself.
How incredibly kind of you to do that. You know what I'm saying? To remember and think of and include everybody. I mean, that's an incredibly kind gesture.
My daughter says I was morbid because I said this to her. You tell me if this is morbid or not. I don't think it is. I said the stroke that I had earlier this year made me look at things a lot differently.
Heck yeah.
And I wanted to make sure that if, because that stroke could have damaged something and it could take me out. You never know, We all don't know. We don't have a ticker going that tells us when. And I wanted to make sure that everybody in my family had something heartfelt, like I said, with those loving stitches or a painting or, whatever that I made personally for them was something very emotionally connected. And I wanted to make sure that they got that from me because you just never know.
You don't ever know. That's exactly it. Know. So I think that I don't think that's morbid. I think that's just realistic.
Yeah, that's realistic too. I said to my daughter, she said, "Mom, that's morbid. You're thinking about your death." And like I've been going through my craft room and giving my grandkids all these crafting things and all that. My daughter's like, "Why are you getting rid of all your craft stuff? I've never seen you do this." I said, "Because the reality of it is
you're not going to be
I'm not going to be here forever, and 80% of that stuff may not go to the right person and end up in the trash."
Yeah, why have it around? You rather enjoy watching, seeing other people enjoy it. Why wait,
So, my daughter says I'm being morbid. I don't think that I'm morbid at all. I think I'm being realistic. I'm an older lady. I got a lot of stuff. I mean, look behind me. for crying out loud. My yard's
Yeah.
going to outlive me.
You're
You
doing
know?
them a favor because you're helping clean out part of the mess that they're going to clean out when you're not there. You know, so if you look at it that way, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You know, she said I was being morbid. I think she just doesn't like to think about that idea, which is
Right.
understandable, you know. But I said, I don't think I'm being morbid at all. I think that something could happen to me tomorrow. I want to make sure that my grandkids, my kids, everybody knows I love them and I
Yeah.
appreciated them, you know.
And I think that's wonderful because, you know, in 30 years from now, when you're still here, they'll still have that. And then you can make something else. And you're right.
That's what
Di,
it is.
it's realistic. I mean, anybody who thinks that you're going to live forever, I'm sorry to inform you,
Yeah.
ain't
No.
happening, you know?
Yeah.
So I know, because I get called morbid a lot because I'm very logical thinking, you know?
Yeah, I'm a logical thinker as well. I'm very logical when it comes to that kind of stuff. Yeah, I think you have to be.
Yeah.
You
And you
know,
prepare. I mean,
you gotta
why do
be
you buy
prepared.
insurances? You're preparing for the possibilities of something not good happening. Why do you prepare yourself in all other walks of life about this. So why are people so freaked out because I get the same thing and I've always had, oh, don't talk like that. Well, what's the problem with that? It's inevitable that something's going to happen.
It's
And
inevitable.
unfortunately,
It's a
in my life,
reality.
most of my family is gone. Most of my family is not here. I literally
So
have a
mine.
sister and my
I'm the
kids.
elder in my family.
Yeah.
I'm the elder. I'm the oldest lady. I never thought I would say that.
Yeah,
I'm the
right.
elder.
I am
Never,
too,
never.
mine. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the fact of the matter is it's inevitable. It's realistic. You need
Yeah.
to prepare and be practical. It just makes sense to me. It
In
makes sense
fact,
to me.
today was or would have been my older brother's birthday. He was born the day after Christmas.
Well,
And
happy heavenly
yeah,
birthday to your
yeah,
brother. That's
yeah,
awesome. Not awesome that he's passed, but awesome that today
yeah,
is his
yeah.
heavenly birthday.
But and it's funny because as I was getting ready to come upstairs, I have a calendar, one of the erase board calendars on my refrigerator, and I looked and I wiped today off, the 26th, and I said, "Happy birthday, Stephen," because today would have been his earthly birthday. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's it. I
That's
mean, he was here and gone. He was very young. My mother was 15 days before her 55th birthday. So, and healthy as a hog, she didn't drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, none of it. And you know what I'm saying? So there's no guarantees. Don't pretend there is. Not talking about it is not going to change the fact that it's a fact.
Yeah, like I said, it's inevitable. You have to be
Yeah.
realistic. And, so those are, the things. I know it sounds like we went off on a darker tangent, but not really. That's not the vibe I'm trying to give off at all.
No.
What I'm saying is, if we're more positive in 2025, we think ahead, we're being productive, maybe I won't be sitting at home alone crocheting and not, you know what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
zoning in. Maybe I'll participate more. Maybe I'll make another friend, talk to a cousin I haven't spoke to,
Yeah.
make something nice for the church up the road, whatever, but actually participating in life. Even if you're agoraphobic like I am, you can still participate in life. And I
Yes,
think
you
that we all need to participate. And I
Yeah.
think it'll make it more positive. And I think 2025 is going to be a better year. It has to be. It has to be.
And something just to interject in that is in the process of doing what you're saying, you're eliminating future regrets.
Oh, most
You
definitely.
follow me?
Most
So
definitely.
we're saying do this, go out there and like we even said in our channel a couple weeks back was go out and do something really silly and stupid, because who cares what people think? Nobody really cares and nobody's really watching you. And so what if they are? Just do it. Just whatever makes you laugh and giggle. It's going to lighten your load, but also in that is you're also hi Yolandi. You're also eliminating future regrets, the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. And that's part of, if you look at Erickson's theories of elderliness and aging, that's where a lot of us older folks are. We're at the coulda, shoulda, woulda stage where, oh man, I wish I had done that. Or like you said, a lot of the crafts that we have, like painting, I'm getting ready to wean out my paints and my canvases because I know I have more than what I'm going to be able to do. It's
Yeah.
again, just being logical. I'm not going to buy new roller skates because my roller skating days and my ice skating days are over. My toe shoe days are over. My cartwheel days, though I was tempted to try another
Don't do
cartwheel,
it.
but with my shoulders being so
Don't do
bad, I know I'm going to crack my neck, so,
it. Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
but the point is it's just being realistic and paying it forward now when we can enjoy to share it with somebody,
Yeah, exactly. Like, I want to be happy.
Yeah.
I want to be happy this coming year. I want to feel fulfilled. I want to feel like I made a difference, even
Yeah,
if I don't leave my damn house. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
I want to feel like I made a difference to somebody.
Yep.
That is my goal.
And that's easy. It's very easily done. That's the thing. It doesn't take a lot of effort to do something that is going to be an impact on somebody else or even for yourself, even if you're doing it just for you. I mean, I always felt that the gift of giving is also a selfish act because when you do
It
something
is.
nice for somebody else, you're benefiting by that as well. So, there's that theory of thought, but,
Oh, I absolutely agree with that.
yeah,
I love to give things. You guys know that. That's just who I am. I'm constantly
exactly.
giving things away. But the reason I do it is because it makes me feel so good to do it.
To
And
be
I
able to
tell
help
the story
somebody out.
about back in the day when I couldn't afford yarn and all that, to
Yep.
have somebody give me a bag of yarn. Holy cow.
Oh,
What a
heck yeah. Heck yeah.
month. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be that person to make somebody's month. That's the way I
Exactly.
look at it. But there's the selfish side of it that it makes me feel good to do it.
Yep.
You
And
know?
that you have how blessed you are that you have the ability at this point in your life that you have the ability to be able to get to bless somebody with that. So it's a two-way blessing.
I'll
Yeah. No,
tell you what.
I go ahead.
Yeah. I was just going to say, Zoila said, Dee, you have made a big difference in my life. Thank you, Zoila. You have made a huge difference in mine as
Oh,
well. And I want
ditto.
to say, that Zoila, the first time she was ever a mod was on my channel.
I did not know that.
Yeah. She was
Really?
yes, the first time she was ever a mod was on my channel. And she said, thank you so much for taking a risk with me. And
Oh
she
my,
has been my mod since her day one of being a mod. And
I did
look
not
at
know
the
that.
mod that she's become, y'all.
She's the mod extraordinaire. Come
She
on.
is
Oh
the
my
mod
gosh.
extraordinaire.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That
And
is so
let's see.
cool.
Mary King says sometimes words are the greatest gift. You're absolutely
Oh,
correct.
amen.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. It doesn't, like I'm always giving items away. It makes me feel good to do that. But also, as an elder, I don't talk about that very much. But, I'm Native American. I'm an elder. And my goal in life, no, my job, I don't know how to put it in the English way, but what my life
Responsibility.
is supposed to be as an elder from my elders, from my medicine people, from my elders, was I was supposed to bring people joy. That
And
was
you
supposed to
do.
be my mission in life. It's supposed to be to bring people joy. So it's not just about the physical items. It's like being there when someone needs a friend. It's
Yep.
about having these kind of conversations that maybe a light bulb goes off and somebody goes, you know what, Dee, that, you're right about that. You
Yeah.
know, all that kind of stuff. I mean, this is the worst Christmas ever. You guys were at our Christmas party. I was a crazy elf. I
Oh,
was
you were
bound and
adorable.
determined
You
to
were
make people
adorable.
smile. I
You made
run.
me laugh. You were flipping adorable.
About that one. But no matter how depressed I am, no matter how dark this year has been, no matter what, I was bound and determined to make people smile at that Christmas party. It did not matter to me what else happened as long as people smiled.
And they did.
Yeah, I try so hard. And like I said, my elder said that my what is it? The word I'm looking for?
Duty. Somebody put in there, and I'm looking for that.
Yeah, that's a good English word. Yes, duty. Yeah. My duty in life, I was told by the elders, was to bring people joy. And at the time that they said that to me, I had no idea how I was supposed to do that.
Right.
You know, like bring people joy. How am I going to bring people joy?
And you've been doing it now. How long you been had this channel? 3 years? Yeah.
Yeah, so, it's going to be 3 years in March. Yeah. Or is it 4 years? No, it's 3 years. It'll be 3 years
behind me, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be 3 years in March. And, I hope and pray, that that when everybody hangs out with me or whatever, that they feel how much I care. And that it does bring them joy and it makes them smile. And yeah, I put on that happy mask. You're absolutely right, Talia, because I want other people to smile. Yep. It doesn't matter how bad I'm feeling. I want y'all to smile, have fun, be happy, all that kind. That's just, what I want to do. So your calling has been fulfilled, Dee. Thank you, Tina.
I agree. Yep.
And oh yeah, speaking of throwing yarn and all that, please drop your drops at any time. You are allowed to do. Just don't, clog up the feed, but you're allowed to do it as many times as you want. Drop your drops. Everybody go check everybody
Drop your drops.
Drop your drops.
Drop your drops. And share the Yarnalicious love. That's exactly what we're here about. Yep.
Thank you so much, everybody. Tammy, that was very sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zoila. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. But that's supposed to be, my duty in life from my elders is to bring people joy. And like I said, at the time, I had absolutely no idea. What do you mean bring people joy? How am I supposed to do that? Put on a clown suit? Which are terrifying.
Clown college.
Apparently, it's putting on an elf suit and doing a silly dance.
Yeah. But it works. Yeah. No, but you're doing that here, and and like you said, you're just to bring this out too. I mean, you give a lot of giveaways, you share a lot of your yarn, and that was why when you first did your beginning of your channel.
Yeah, that's the reason I started.
That's the reason you started. And I remember commenting on one of the very first videos that you ever did and saying to you, it's like, girlfriend, put on your seatbelt because your channel is going to fly because of your personality. You're genuine. You're right out there. All the things that I love about you. And it just shows, and you did your channel just, and as it should have, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's why you started your channel, was to share yarn with people. That was your whole reason to start YouTube.
Yeah, that was the reason. And it's like, people go, God, do you want to be known as the giveaway channel?
Wonderful, Mary.
The thing about that is I don't care if I'm known as the giveaway channel or not. That's what I don't think people get when they say,
you give away joy.
Yeah. That's the whole reason I started my channel. Mark bought me that big truckload of yarn. I didn't know what the heck I was going to do with it. It was just overwhelming.
Exactly.
I mean, literal 55-gallon drum bags of yarn and a whole entire truckload of it. There was more yarn that there was 5 times as much as is in this room that he brought to me. And I was like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Holy moly.
I was watching YouTube and whatever, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to do giveaways. I donated some, I did some stuff like that, but most of it, I just gave away. That's what I started doing. I started doing giveaways because it was fun. It was fun to me, And I'm going to keep that going. I don't care what people think, And
that truckload of yarn that you got, look at the blessings that are in your life right now.
Unbelievable.
You know what I'm saying?
Unbelievable.
You got a new sister. You've got other sisters. You've got besties. You've got people that love you. You know, I mean,
I've got people to talk to that understand and I can talk about yarn with and crochet and the things that I'm interested in. You know, I've got lifelong friends I've made here.
Yeah.
Like, gee, we're going to the grave together. That's all there is to it. We're
together. We should be probably buried next to one another. That's how I feel.
Yeah, probably shouldn't happen. Well, I'm going to be cremated, so I'll just dust
Me too.
over.
Me too. So we can put us in the same peanut butter jar. Yep. Mix us in the same peanut butter jar. Yep. But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like I started the channel with just because I had retired and you know, to keep myself with something to do. Again, the agoraphobia and anxiety, you know, and I love all the hearts that are coming up. Thank you guys for all the love that you're sending back to us. And this love is coming to you as well. But yeah, that's the reason I started the channel. I didn't even really know how to crochet. To be honest with you, I just been learning as I go along, to tell you the truth. That's why I do unconventional tutorials, because I don't know how to read patterns and the whole nine, and I'm learning as I go. But yeah, I did it to try to give me something to fulfill my days, because I don't have family. The little bit of family I do have doesn't live around here, you know, and then, you know, Tony came up and Rusty came up, but I didn't even have my kids around me. So, you know, yeah, it's amazing how little things, you know, so when things happen in your life, don't always just freak out about that, because sometimes these things happen for other reasons that you're unaware of at the time.
Yeah, I totally agree with that as well.
You know, if you're running late to a party, there might be a reason. So don't fret about being late, you know, and if you get gifted a huge truckload of yarn that you don't know where the heck you're going to bring it or do with it, and then you say, well, let me do a YouTube channel, look at how enriched your life has become because of it, you know. So when you get something, you know, that happens, don't just take it for what it appears to be at that moment. Look at the possibilities.
Even if it's a disappointment, like, wow, I'm so disappointed. Thank you, honey. Say hello to everybody.
Marcos.
His grandson's over, so they're out playing video games, so that's why you haven't seen Mark.
So awesome. What game you playing? World of Warcraft or whatever it's called?
No.
Wow.
Harry Potter. Hogwarts.
Oh, okay. I don't play him anymore. I quit after Nintendo.
Well, you quit after Nintendo.
Yeah.
Jesse says, hey, Mark, thanks for the hat.
Oh, I love my Mark hat.
Hello. Oh my God, everybody in here, huh?
Yeah, somebody just said we had 116 thumbs.
Yeah, no, it's what I'm saying. It's been nice, beautiful live, you know. I mean, it's nice that we all have a place to hang out. You know, it's a blessing. I mean, we can't hear you or reading the chat.
I'm showing you this new T-shirt I just bought him. So silence, I kill you.
Oh, that's cute. That's adorable.
Yeah, it's Ahmed. Oh, what's the name of that guy?
Jeff Dunham.
Jeff Dunham. He loves Jeff Dunham, and he watches him all the time. And he'll just sit in there and crack up. So I got him that T-shirt.
I'll have to look it up, because that's not a name that's familiar to me.
Anastasia, no, you cannot buy a Mark hat. I will send you one.
Oh yeah. And Mark, I tried to fix my Addy. I took it all apart. I put some oil from the hair clippers in there and cleaned everything with a Q-tip and put all the teeth back in and got excited, thread the yarn, spun it around, and it skipped over. So I had bought a Centro for Rusty and didn't give it to her yet because it wasn't Christmas, and I opened up her present and started using that instead. So, but it's only a 40-pin Centro. I didn't realize that they made 40-pin Centros.
Yeah, smaller one. Yeah.
Yeah, the smaller. We have all different size Centros and all different size Addies because Mark does so many different things with them, you know.
To be honest, hold on.
It's okay for
me. I showed this last night, but this with the 40-pin Addy or 40-pin Centro, it would fit. My head would fit in this hat, but it's more like for a kid. But I crocheted the ears and I did them purposely different, and their eyes are different colors.
Yeah, last night, yeah.
This is with the 40-pin Addy. and I put pennies in the bottom, so it's stays up like a weeble wobble. But so I could do amigurumi animals with it. So I'm excited.
Wow, Desi's hubby said he might be interested in loom knitting. She almost fell off her chair. Hey, Mark's as macho as you can get. He does it, Desi. Just tell your husband, watch Mark, and Mark's going to be doing some videos. We're going to get him doing some Addie videos and cleaning ofs and repairs ofs. And, the problem is it's been a crazy year, as you guys know, and Mark has done nothing but work for my son, fixing his trucks. He's finally caught up with everything. And
knock on some wood.
Yeah, we better knock on some wood. He's caught up with everything, and so he's actually going to make dye videos with me again, and we're going to be doing that kind of stuff. So, I am it's about time, Mark. Morgan Manny says I want an Addie for my birthday. Yeah, Mark's going to do some videos, on how to take care of, maintain all those kinds of things, and because everybody's always asking him, so we figured we might as well make some videos, kind of like FYI kind of stuff, if you run into this problem, do this. I mean, he is the whiz when it comes to that.
I'll be the first one to watch him. I told you, that's what I said. Please do make them, because a lot of people would love that, and also he's a mechanic, so he understands it. He understands the actual mechanism and the concept, where we're not mechanics, so it's harder for us
don't use this kind of grease. Use this because of this, and he's got it down to a science. He's even got it where he filled in a certain area on the inside of the Addie. For what was the purpose for that?
Make it stronger.
To make it stronger and not make it so flimsy. And he filled that. I mean, he can teach us all a lot about these machines. I'm telling you. Yeah, see, everybody's watching your videos.
He needs to talk to the man that lives in my house sometimes when the man is here on the weekend, just to explain to him what to fill with that, because he was trying to explain it to me, but there again, I'm not mechanically.
Yeah, me neither. It's like he's talking Greek, how they used to say. He's talking Greek. I don't know.
But if I watched you, I'm hands-on, so if I seen him do something on a video, I'd be able to follow it, That's why it's great.
They're cool as hell. Oh, Diamond, I got all kinds of flatbed machines. I'm working on a knitting board loom. I have got all kinds of looms, you guys, like all kinds. Yes, you can do flat panels with the Addie. Yes, you can.
The new Addie came with stoppers. So if you want to make a panel that's so wide, you just crank it by hand till it stops, and then you reverse direction, and you keep going back and forth. It'll make a flat panel.
Yep.
You just have to skip that one stitch for obvious reasons. And you go, leave a stitch, you come around, leave one stitch, go crank it the other way. Make sure you don't connect to that last stitch, do it the other way, and keep going back and forth, and it ends up making a panel.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many things you can make, and there's all different types of stitches you could do on the Addie as well.
Mandy wants to know if the Central or the Addie is better, in your opinion.
In my opinion, the Central's, a cheaper machine is all.
So then, in other words, the Addie will last longer.
The Addie, it's made in Germany. People ain't got time to play games. But the Addie, the material, the gears in the Addie are like a plastic with a fiber in it. And it actually makes it stronger and more durable.
Okay, there you have it, guys. So then if you're going to spend that kind of money, go with the Addie machine because it's more durable.
And also, oftentimes the Addie is on sale, so please don't spend full price.
Oh, yeah. You can find them on sale. As a matter of fact,
USA now.
Yeah, there's Addie USA. If you go to Addie USA, they are a third of the price they used to be.
Yep.
FYI for the Addies. I am not
I'm
kidding. I
usually
couldn't believe
Maddie
it.
at my Addy. So yeah, I'm usually Maddie at my Addy. My Addy, I think was from day one. I think it had something going on, but I'm digging the Centro. You know, it's working okay. But then again, I really did just open it. So you know, after you spin it around a little while, who knows? And I
Yeah,
can't figure out how to put that. I bought a a clicker, you know, the number of rows. And I don't know how you're supposed to put that inside of it, but I'm not even thinking about it now. But my Addy almost went flying out the door the other day after I took it apart and put it back together, got all excited.
Best Guts asking questions. She said, I'm on the hunt for the red ring to replace mine on my Addy. It's so bad. Any suggestions?
Yeah, I forget the name of the site. I go there and buy the parts. I bought the red ring on that one for who was it that sent me their machine that was broken? The red ring is literally the two little pin teeth that go in between that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it had one of them broke off.
Yeah, and where did you buy it though? That's what we're asking you.
I think I got that one on eBay.
Okay, so look eBay. Look eBay for Addy parts. Mark has bought boxes of Addy parts where it has teeth and you know all the little parts for repairing Addy machines. So it is possible to get a hold of those things.
And it's like the teeth. You know, honestly, I broke one tooth in 2 years. So it's like the white plastic teeth where you can buy them by fours. I've only broken one.
I haven't broken any so far, but they do seem to like jam up and skip, but I don't think it's the teeth. I think it's the actual innard mechanism that's starting to like skip in one little spot.
Jan says, I have both in all sizes, and so do we, and have made a ton of stuff. They both have their place. I do agree with that, but if you're not a person that can afford to buy every single kind or every single size, you know, over time, I mean, we've got everything from the I-cord maker all the way to the 48 pin, you know, we've got all sizes in between and the Centro and all that stuff. Okay, so if you're not a person that can afford to buy all the different sizes, they do all have their place. But as a suggestion, if you're going to spend the money and you don't have, you know, money at your disposal, right, Mark would say, look on Addy USA. He believes that it's the more stable and better made. It's like the Cadillac, as someone said, the Cadillac of the round knitting machines. The parts are easy to get a hold of, and it's made out of good quality material, where the Centro is going to wear out quicker. Not that it's so much different. It's just going to wear out quicker.
Trying to find the parts for them is
and finding Centro parts is very hard.
Yeah.
Probably better if you get a new Centro. But also, too, if you're not sure if you're going to like it, and it's something that you know you're not going to maybe like, then maybe get a Centro. But do know that there's 40 pins and 48 pins in the Centros. I did not know that. So I bought one that's 40 pins, which I didn't know that was a thing. So that I want to share. But if it's something you're not sure that you're going to enjoy or you might not use that much, then maybe you want to get a Centro. It's less expensive. And then if you do like it, you know, then if you go into an Addy, you know, so depending on your situation,
Centro, I found to be very finicky on what yarn and what size you use.
Yeah, but I had that with my Addy.
Yeah, so if you get something that's thin and stringy, it's going to hang up like crazy in the Centro.
But you know what, G. Mark told me that the Addy is not as particular about the yarn if it is kept clean without the fibers. So you may have a fiber buildup, which happens, you know, from just making one hat.
Yeah.
You know, the fiber buildup, and then it becomes more finicky about what size yarn you're using.
That makes sense. Yeah. And I did just clean it all, I think, but then I don't know. I didn't put it back together properly because now it's not working at all.
Oh.
Any more news on the patent, Mark?
No.
He's still working on it, guys. He's still working.
I was working
on it. So excited.
Then the cart decided to puke. So
Yeah.
I had to fix the car.
Yep, our motor blew in our Lincoln, so Mark spent time doing that, and money and effort, and then we had to do all the Christmas things, so that all kind of got put on hold. But it is in the works, and it is coming.
It was 300 bucks and parts on the car, and then 20 hours worth of labor.
Yeah, yeah, Jan, I agree. Some yarns work better on the machine than others, but sometimes the hang up is the fibers. We've noticed that in using ours because we've got all the different sizes too.
Yeah, there was some dust bunnies in mine. We did that.
Yeah, and if that's cleaned out, a lot of times it's not quite as finicky about what size yarn.
That and the little central has that little tensioner button finger on it.
Yeah.
And what? I can't use that tensioner finger. I use my fingers, and literally my central goes right to town if I tension it with my hand.
I use it with my hand too. Yeah.
If I try and use that tensioner, it skips and loses stitches, and
I agree with you on that one. Because even just a little bit, I've had mine. When I had it through the tension holder, it was less of a consistent tension. Where if I had it running through my fingers, because I have to hold it down,
you can keep a consistent tension just like when you're crocheting. And Lisa, no, it's not just for hats. She said, so mostly for hats generally. No, you can make socks. You can make leg warmers. You can square off the bottom and make a pouch out of it. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can make the panels like we were talking. You can make scarves. There's so many things that you can make, but people generally associate it with a hat because that's the easiest thing when you first start out to figure out is a hat.
I can go get the pizza now.
Okay, go get pizza. His grandson's here for the evening.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Later. Bye, Mama G.
Bye, Mark.
There we go.
The central counters are horrible. They sure are, Jan. I had to buy replacement counters for all of mine. Yep, that's what happens. I have an old knitting machine. It is KH341. I got from my junk man, and a whole bag of yarn for SS Kresge's and Kmart and Lee Ward's and Sears, Fraser's and Crafts. You're talking all my favorite old
my God, Woolworths. Yeah.
Wow, it just took me
Montgomery
back.
Ward.
Kresge's, Kmart, Lee Ward, Sears, and Frank's Nursery. Oh my gosh, I didn't even. Where do you live, Ellen? Are you in Michigan? Because all of those stores were right around me. That makes me wonder, do they have those in other states?
Them too. Yeah.
Did you? Okay, I didn't know. You know, sometimes like
Kmart started here in
in Michigan.
Yeah, Garden City, Michigan.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But they just tore it down.
It was a historic building. Yeah, tore down. Yeah, Kresge's is older than Gert. I know, right?
Remember Montgomery Ward? That was an old store. I remember my mom taking me to as a kid.
Or Woolworth. Do you guys remember Woolworth?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to love going to Woolworths, because they had, what was the name of that? Saunders or something. You could go in there and get one of those cream puffs at the little. Oh man, those were so good. And I was never much for sweets, but I always loved that thing, whatever that thing was.
Yeah.
I need a junk man.
Digging back at the
Woolworths.
bowels of my brain.
Gimbals. We didn't have those here that I'm aware of.
We had gimbals too, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have any gimbals that I'm aware of. And yeah, we had Myers, Newberry. Not familiar to me.
No, Ames I know of. James Way I didn't think I had around because I grew up in mostly California and Connecticut. So
see, I grew up in Michigan and none of those Newberries, none of those are ringing a bell, but all those ones that she mentioned before, yep, they were all here. That's why I said, are you? Orbach Is that something you're familiar with?
No, that one doesn't ring a bell. Okay, so Newberry
she's
was
in the
in
UP.
Maine.
Yeah, she says, I always went to those stores. My favorites now. I'm in the UP, which me and Mark go to all the time. He has family there. There's not a lot of stores, but we do have the old Ben Franklin's, and I'm in there all the time. Yep, I went to Ben Franklin's last time we were in the UP. Yeah, if
You know,
you're
Ben
familiar,
Franklin doesn't ring a bell to me either. That might be something more local, or you know.
I don't know. I just know they have it up north. And well, the UP Upper Peninsula is what we
Yeah.
call it in Michigan, the UP. And Mark's, you grew up in Lansing, Tina? Oh my gosh, that's not that far from me. I grew up in Taylor. And anyways, Mark's family lives up there in the Upper Peninsula in Manistee, not Mystique. Manistee. There's a Mustique and Manistee. And, his family's all Native American. They all live in Manistee. They own 400 or 500 acres out that way. And they have a Ben Franklin's in the town there when we go up to visit. As a matter of fact, me and Mark are seriously considering building a log cabin up there. So, up on his family's property up there. So, you never know.
So Linda's saying that there was a Ben Franklin in New England. I don't know what part of New England, because that's kind of where I'm from.
Montgomery wards. I remember Montgomery's.
Yeah, Montgomery Ward. I have the little doll, Betsy. Oh, McCall. That's what it is. McCall's. That's the other one. I had a little Betsy McCall doll, the jointed arms and legs. And just noticing, Diane Soslow. You're born and bred in New York. I'm in New York as well. I'm in Western New York near Rochester. Just curious. Yeah. Rhode Island. All right. Well, that's where I'm near there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ellen says that she lives in Manistee.
Oh, wow.
Are you related to Mark? Is what I need to know, Ellen.
Because wow, you might find a relative. All right, so there is a Newberry in Connecticut, Diane. I mean, it might be something I just don't remember. I don't know. It's not ringing a bell to me.
Oh, I used to love to go to Woolworths, five and dime kind of situation where you go up and down the aisles, and
and you got
mom would always buy material, fabric,
and there was always the bins you'd go through with the sign, everything in this bin, $1. It was great, yeah.
Yep, and Kresge's, five and dime. Yep, I remember them.
Wow. Miss those days.
Ellen, this is one more Ben's in the Upper Peninsula. There's one more Ben's in the Upper Peninsula. Yeah, as a matter of fact, the last time we were there, we went there.
Oh, Grants. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. When I was in junior high school, I shouldn't share this with you, but I was in junior high school. I used to not go to school and hang out at Grants.
Well, you're just a bad girl.
The makeup counter, yeah. They used to escort me out. We actually used to go. Grants also had the lunch counter where it's a little cafeteria within there.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend and I used to order water, pickles, and ketchup because we never had any money and those are free. So they hated us.
Because I miss those days, especially those prices. I'm right there with you, Willa.
Yeah.
I know she's a rebel, that's for sure. I'll take the free pickles, ketchup, and water. Thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly what we'd do. We'd sit there and they'd come up and they knew us, because it was a daily thing, and got to the point that we'd walk in and they would call the security guards to be watching us because we were troublemakers. But we'd go into the thing and order pickles and water and free ketchup, and that's what we used to eat. Oh my goodness. Now there, talking about earlier connecting with somebody, there's somebody that I would love to reconnect with. I haven't seen her. My friend, her name is Kim Turner. I haven't seen her. I'm sure she's married now. Since junior high school. Yeah.
Huh. Spent a lot of time in the house when I was a kid. They were not far from Rapid River. Spent a lot of time in the house as a kid. Not sure what that means.
Oh, I wonder. Oh, she's the one that lives. Isn't Ellen the one that just was saying she lives in
the UP? Yeah, in Manistee.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Manistee, Michigan, and a Manistee, Michigan. So people always get those two confused.
I'm not
And
sure
the
they're based
state of
on
North
here.
Carolina, one of my favorite states. I love North Carolina. I was gonna move. I love Asheville, North Carolina. So cool. It's like,
It's a
little
nice,
cobblestone
yeah,
streets and little outdoor
very
restaurants.
hippie. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very hippie, and oh my
very
gosh, I love
artsy
that
vibe
so
there.
much. Yeah.
I lived in Edenton, which was a little bit south from Elizabeth City, and so we were right by Nag's Head and Kitty Hawk, right in the Outer Banks. Which I will say that was amazing to be able to just walk out on the beach and there was just the ocean, and there's
Yes.
so much beach that you can go out there and you didn't see anybody. It was just you and whoever you were with and nobody else in the ocean. And then the dunes were behind you. So it was isolated. It was really, that was really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
I do miss that part. I will, I mean, when you're in when you go in the smaller towns down south, and I'm not knocking anybody down south, but OBX, exactly. I need an OBX sticker. I don't have no OBX sticker
What
for
does
my
that
car,
mean?
actually. It's Outer Banks. But
Oh, okay.
the locals and the small, like we lived in Edenton, and you were an outsider, but we were also Yankees. And so we first moved down there, and I'm talking about the man that lives here. We moved down there when I first met him, and they were saying all these Yankee jokes. And I was like, what does that have to do with the baseball team? Like, I didn't get it because I didn't,
Yeah.
they were making jokes about me and him being Yankees, and I'm like, that has nothing to do with the baseball team. So I don't understand, so it was just weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not invited to their tea parties if you aren't blue blood, but the weather was gorgeous. The Outer Banks is gorgeous, I'd move back. I would move back.
I lived in Kentucky for 4 or 5 years. I lived in Tennessee, right outside of Lynchburg, Tennessee for about a year. And then I moved to Kentucky. Um, what was the name of the town? Oh man, it just went right out of my head. And maybe it'll come to me. But anyways, I lived there for 4 years in Kentucky. And, a lot of people say that, oh, if you're a Yankee, they don't treat you right. No, I never had an issue with them.
Yeah,
Nobody.
no, it's fine in
Never.
North Carolina. I think when you're a girl
Yeah.
too, it's different than the guys,
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Jan.
Oh, ooh, Hatteras is beautiful. That's very sad. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Bridget says, when I first moved to the South, I was told, do you know the difference between Yankees and damn Yankees? Yankees come to visit and damn Yankees stay.
So, yeah, I heard that one. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah.
That's great. Oh,
Yeah,
thanks,
they don't mind
Debbie.
our money though, I'll tell you that, the Northerners. Yeah. You know, buying the houses down there. That's what we did, the man and I. That's we bought and built houses and kind of flipped houses. And um yeah, the people that were buying the houses were Northerners, Yankees. So it did help.
Yeah.
It helps the economy. You know, but I will say that even where I'm at now, that I moved here, I've been here, I guess, almost 20 years. Um, Still, even to the town hall, it's like, well, I'm like an outsider still. Because I wasn't born, bred. My parents aren't from here, so there's this like entitlement, if I can use that term, for people that feel like they have a more say in matters like in the town hall or things that are going on in the town than I do because I'm an import, And I'm like, look, you're getting as much taxes, if not more taxes from me than you are from those people because you're your buddies. But I
Well,
should be able to have a say.
Well, that's like, I still live in Michigan. I grew up in Michigan, whatever. I'm still in Michigan, but I'm in a different part of Michigan. Like I
Right.
grew up in the suburbs in Taylor, and Danny Joe grew up in Taylor too as well, which is really
Oh,
funny.
that's cool.
But anyways, I grew up in the suburbs of Taylor, and I now live out in the country towards Belleville, right? So Mark just, he's so used to being here, whatever, he just assumes I know where we are or what road to turn on or whatever. And I go, you do realize I don't leave the house unless you're with me. That's number one. Number two, I don't leave the house. How the heck am I gonna? I've never lived in Belleville before. I have no idea. He's like, oh yeah, you just go down Waltz Road to such and such. And I'm like,
I don't even know the names
clue.
of half the roads around here.
Yeah.
I know my name and my road,
the
but
dollar store is. I know where the Dollar General is.
exactly.
I know where Walmart, Myers. It's a straight shot from my house if you just keep going. That's what I know. Other than that,
Yep.
I don't have not a clue. And that's where I live because I stay home so much. I
That's
really
exactly.
honestly probably should get out and drive around a little bit, but it's so country out here. I think I'd get lost. And
Well, and then you'll also too, even if you have the, you have the Google Maps with you. I've had it where I was meeting a friend in a very unfamiliar area, and I used Google Maps. But being old school, I luckily did do a little jot down diagram of where I was going. Okay, on paper, and I get picked on for doing that. But I will tell you this: that I got up to where to meet this person, and there was no cell service. So what got me out of there, because they were coming from a whole different direction, was my little piece of paper that I freak out ahead of time and have to plan everything, like always got to feed the OCD, and I wrote this little diagram. And if it weren't for that diagram, I wouldn't know how to get out, because it was turn there, and all the houses and farms look alike, I had no sense of direction. So it got me out of there. Hi, Arlene. But yeah.
Wow. I
And
can't even tell you how many times, like you guys, I used to be a truck driver. So I used to be on the road all the time, right? And cross country truck driver. And, I'm pretty good with directions, because of my job, right?
Yeah.
And I cannot even tell you how many times in the past few years since, I don't drive a truck anymore or whatever, how many times that, the GPS will tell us, turn right, turn right, turn right, turn right, and you're doing a loop around the block to do what?
I know.
Or taking you down. Like, what is this about? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to be careful with them GPSs. They'll have you on a wild goose chase. Hi, Cindy Lulu. Yeah, I used to be a truck driver. I've been all kinds of stuff, you guys. I've been a truck driver. I was an accountant. I ran group homes and elderly care places where we sent out nurses, not buildings where they stayed, but like I sent out home nurses and things like that. I was head of sales and marketing. Like each one of these places either closed down, the owner retired and was done. It's like I couldn't get a break, man.
Yeah.
I sold polymer brick to the big three. I was an advertising agent for the newspaper. I used to make marbles. I've been a truck driver, a biker, an Indian chief. You name it, I've been it.
Yep.
One thing is for sure, I have lived. That is one thing.
Literally, words out of my mouth was the fact that look at all those wonderful experiences you have.
Oh, I've had an incredible life.
I always write it down.
Bad stuff, absolutely. Has life sucked at times? Absolutely. But I have had an awesome life. I've met so many cool people and done so many cool things. And you want to know why? Because I always tell myself, don't say no. Somebody asks you to do something, don't say no. Just do it. Even if it's not something you're into, like somebody asked me one time to go ziplining and I was like, oh no, I'm afraid of heights. I'm not doing that. No way. And the back of my head said, D, go try it. I did it. I loved it. I was terrified when I, took off, but after that, I loved it. Now I zip line whenever I can. It's just things like that, where stuff was like, oh no, I'm not doing that, or whatever.
We were actually going to put a zip line when we bought this property, and you've seen it. We've got the big hill. So we own 17 acres, but our house is on this little corner, and then we own going up a big mountain, and we were going to clear.
Property would be perfect.
Yeah, we literally, the man that lives here has the jumper thing. So
the straps and all
whatever
that.
It is, the strap halter to do the zip line. And he's like, yeah, we can. And he had a backhoe, so we could have cleared a whole area and run the zip line, and then have where you scoop down a little bit. We actually talked about it. That was something we wanted to do, which of course another dream flushed down the toilet in my life. But anyway, I would probably never have gone on it. Okay,
I would have done it.
I was scared to death about anybody else going on it, thinking they're going to get hurt.
Diane, I'm going to say the last name because I butchered last names. Sazio, I think that might be right. She said she drove a 66 passenger school bus for 24 years.
Heck no, baby. Heck no.
That's off, man. All respect for those school bus drivers. I'll tell you what, I couldn't have done it. Kids drive me bananas.
All I could say is if I was a school bus driver, I'd be in jail probably, because I would not be able to. I would be throwing some kid off this bus. Then I get into trouble.
Me too, D. I go for it. It's like I'm not going to limit myself, and I'll tell you what. I am so glad I've had that attitude throughout my life. Now I'm older and I got all these phobias and stuff that I didn't have before.
Yeah.
But when I was out there and being social and whatever, I'm so glad because I've had some of the most incredible experiences. Exactly. That I never thought in a million years, just because I didn't go, nah, that don't sound fun, or no, I'm afraid of that, or
give it a shot. Yeah,
give it a shot, and you never know. You just know. And she loved it too. See, she loved it. Yeah, I'm one of those people that a bunch of little kids, I feel all their crazy energy, and it like gives me anxiety. I love kids. I mean, matter of fact, I raised 4 of my own. I love my grandkids. I love kids, but it seems like the older I get, the more anxiety they give me. Like I get all nervous. They're going to hurt themselves. And they're going to oh my goodness.
Like when I was a pre-K teacher for learning disabled and hearing impaired 4-year-olds, which I will say, I loved my job. I couldn't wait, and I didn't care if they paid me. That's how much I loved it. But now the thought of doing that job where I am at this point in my life, heck no. Those days are gone and done. I just... Though at that time when I could handle it, my kids were a little grown up. They were all day school, and I loved being around the kids. But I don't have any grandchildren, so I'm not around children. So I'm so far removed from it that I enjoy them. I love them. But I don't know if I can handle being in like going to Chuck E. Cheese. There's no way that I'm going to be able to sit with my anxiety and not being used to kids and sit the afternoon at Chuck E. Cheese and eat a pizza. It's not going to happen. And I understand my limitations, and I'm okay with that.
Parasailing. Me and Mark went parasailing last year. We went parasailing. I just, until I am drop dead, I am going to try everything I can possibly do. Physically, parasailing isn't running across the ground, right? You take off from a boat and it takes you above. So you're not like physically, I couldn't do that with my legs the way they are, whatever.
Like
so
hand gliding.
Yes, yeah. So that is something I can still do at my age. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say no. I am going to experience life. I always have. I've lived the best life. I've had a lot of ups and downs. Yes, I have. Have I learned a lot of lessons? Yes, I have. And has life always been roses? Hell no. But I'm going to tell you right now, I've had an awesome life, and I'm going to continue to do that until I drop. So, you know, whatever happens, happens. I want to go hot air ballooning. I've wanted to do this for so many years. So this is a woman who's afraid of heights, and I'm parasailing, and I'm zip lining, and I'm going to go on a hot air balloon.
There's hot air balloons here. They fly over our house. They used to fly over our house. Yeah, now with the wind turbines, I think they have a different path because they used to come. One almost landed on a roof. It almost hit the roof of our house. It was so low, and they wanted to land in our property, but Mike had the backhoe there, so they couldn't. And so he was like yelling to them to where up to go to where there was a clearing to land. But yeah, they do that around here. The hot air balloons. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a festival here. All the, you know, I know it's more than once a year. I don't know how many times, but anyways, me and my uncle were supposed to go. We had all scheduled to go and whatever, and he passed away. And that's the reason I have hot air balloons tattooed all over my back. It's because of my uncle. But anyways, I still have his ashes here, and I am going to go hot air ballooning, and I'm going to dump him. He's going with me. And I'm going to maybe dump a little bit over the side or something.
Love it.
And so me and him are going hot air ballooning. That's all there is to it. And I'm terrified because I'm scared of heights, but I'm doing it.
You're doing it for him. That's going to be your want to do it. Yeah.
My motivation. Yep. As I'm doing it for him. Yeah. But gosh, we've been on here almost 2.5 hours.
Oh my gosh. Well, I did what I frogged out, I redid. So I'm that far.
So you accomplished. You accomplished.
Yeah, I had to throw it aside because at that moment I had to get my head back into, okay, I can fog it now, and you know, but it's a fun stitch. It's kind of like the virus stitch, but it's not. So, and I'm using the Supernova. It's my first time using this yarn.
I have never used that yarn. How are you liking it?
It's an acquired taste, I'm going to say, to be honest. It's a little bit of a roving, so you can. It's pretty much a 3-weight, or it's saying it's a 2-weight. So I'm going to say, yeah, maybe it's a heavy 2, and it goes a little thicker and a little thinner. It's got a halo, but as you've seen, I ripped out 2 whole rows of that shawl, and I didn't have any problems. It wasn't catching up like what's that other yarn? Yeah, so
good to know. I'm not much for the variegated color. Like I
love hectic. I love the hecticness. You know,
I make stuff out of it all the time, but you know, me wearing something personally, I'd prefer to have striped colors, or you know, I don't know what they call it, the yarn that looks like a barber pole. You know,
right. I know what you're saying.
Things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love just madness. You know, so I can't believe this. It is. It's 20 after 8.
It's going on.
Wow, guys! Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you, Zoila. Love you, girlfriend.
Very pretty, very pretty. Well, I guess we're gonna go, guys. We've been here for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody came on at 8. I hope not, because I didn't realize it was that long.
I know. I'm trying to think on 8 and Thursdays. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zoila, for dropping my link. Yeah, if you're not a member to my channel and you think you might like to be,
absolutely go on over. Mama G's. Yeah, Mama G, Mama G Gear, as you can see on the screen there. Mama G Gear. And she does lives every Wednesday and Saturday. And I do lives on Thursday and Saturday. And she generally, well, when she's got time and hasn't had a crazy week, she'll come on Thursdays with me. And sometimes we invite guests up, and, you know, we do all kinds of stuff. But this is our just chilling and talking, and you know, I love it because I actually can interact with everybody and all of that, you know. So I really love this, and that we're not doing giveaways. We do all them on Saturdays. You know, we've got that designated for Saturday.
In the yarn room is what we're doing with all y'all. You're just hanging out with us. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you all for coming. If you didn't leave a thumb, please do. If you aren't subscribed to Mama G, go over there and give her a sub. And you'll enjoy her. She's real. She's a real person. Yes. And And I want to thank all the mods for being here. Thank you everybody for hanging out. And remember what I said, positive vibes, man. That's what 2025 is going to be
I
about.
like that.
We're going to be pumping that stuff on a daily. So we're going to go into this next year with positive vibes. And I love you guys so very, very much. And we will see you next time. Much love, my friends. We'll see you the next time. Let's see, Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be our last
I'll be on at 4,
Saturday
so I'll be on
live.
before you. Yeah, so I'm on right before D on Saturday, just to throw that out.
And she guides everybody over. And so at 4 o'clock, Mama G goes on, and then she guides everybody over. They do a cat raid, and they come over to our place. And that's going to be our last Saturday of 2024.
That's right. Big giveaway stuff.
It's also Big Box Night. So Big Box Night is this coming Saturday. So I hope to see you all there. Love you so much. Once again, love you, my friends. I will see you next time. Much love. All right, we're out of here, guys. Have a really good night. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's if we don't see you. And 2025, the year of positivity, man. All right, see you guys then. Bye.